Okay. I think I'm live. I'm unmuted. Copyright disclaimer. Welcome to the stream. Good morning, Championship Wrestling from from Jeremy. Good morning, Grace, wherever you are. Heading to, I think they were in Pennsylvania or something yesterday. I tuned in very briefly, and they were just, I can't remember what they were doing live, but I went back later on to check, and there was one time I checked in, Kevin was like, I don't know. I don't really know what he was doing. He was like looking into the camera, kind of talking, but I couldn't understand most of what he said. Then the other time I tuned in, everybody was watching an earlier Thorpe Tube kick stream on TV. So I don't know. The Jedi streamed. When I tuned in, Joy was doing a big yap session. Bethadone Clinic did her 1 year free from meth stream yesterday. It was pretty interesting. She scared herself, or she got scared by a bunch of bugs. Victim of bugs. Victim of an insect ecosystem. VP's doing her normal. She's still on like the streaming constantly. But that's it. That's all the news I have, I think. Let me look and see if I added anything to my list. My little notepad. I did find some new intoxicated women streams. I also found a short documentary about snake handling religion. Yeah, that's it. Slow day yesterday. But anyway, we're here for Memphis CWA Championship Wrestling. This is, let's see, June 13th, 1987. So we're almost halfway through 1987. We're almost halfway through prime time. We're almost halfway through another year of CWA. Savvy Guy's definitely right. Time is going fast. What's up, F Wood? JF? What's up? Anyway, yeah. So this is June 13th, 1987, as seen by Evansville, Indiana TV audiences. Let's get right into it. I didn't watch this, but I did see that Austin Idol was cutting what looked like a killer promo. The Adam guy had a long, passionate kiss with Grace while Lawler watched. Wow. Yesterday was wild with Ben arguing with War Chief. Yeah, I heard about the big, like, the huge crash out, but I got to go. I forgot to go back and look for it. And then I saw that Grace said okay, so is that what Grace was talking about when she said the cuck kiss? She said she was hoping it would get on Kino Casino. Oh, and I also tuned in and I don't know if it was real or what was going on. It was really hard to watch. I ended up actually tuning out, but like Lala was having like an emotional breakdown, it looked like, at one point. And he was saying that like it didn't feel like to him that what Grace said, that she was like joking about him touching her. But again, I don't know. I had just tuned in for it and I was like, oh my God. So I don't know if that was real or what. Poor Lalo, man. He's taking a beating. All right, well, here we go.
And we're going to have Mr. Shima teamed with the returning Phil Hickerson in still another match.
Kind of an unusual pairing.
Yeah, and then a little bit later on, great expiration of time match. Looking forward to this one. Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka will be teamed to go against Jeff Jarrett and Bill Superstar Dundee.
Yeah. Is that some kind of a card?
Quite a day,
I'll
huh?
tell you what, championship wrestling humming today. And Dave, we are going to tell the folks one of the most bizarre stories that I have ever heard.
I also saw Joe Shabatoni having an interaction with Kevin, and he told Kevin to tell Grace that she should show him something, and like Kevin got really upset about it, saying that like he wouldn't say it, and then he told Joe to suffer, of course.
Dealing with the Big Bubba saga, and you're just going to have to wait to hear it, because by golly, it is worth waiting for. We got to get on with it. Let's get back in the ring. We'll take time out right now and be back.
I didn't see the kiss, but I definitely heard Grace saying that she was hoping that they would show the, quote, cuck kiss on Kino Casino. What in the West Virginia?
And we have the man himself, the king, right here. You see him.
Oh, boy. I
love it.
almost used this for the thumbnail.
How about that? Eat it on. It looks like a cake that's been decorated across there.
I'll get you
The
one of these.
giant.
Joe has it. Joe's doing a great job keeping up on the kick clips.
Jake, that's beautiful, Jerry.
I'll get you one, okay?
Okay.
$14.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. I'm gonna. For you, it's a special deal. Listen, I just wanted to come out here real quick and let everybody know about big tournament. Have you mentioned anything about this big tag team
haven't
tournament?
gotten into the big tournament that's coming up this week.
Should I stand?
And if you're a member and you haven't seen it, I put up probably what is the worst, least useful food review / taste test ever in the members section.
Here and wait for you to mention
Okay,
it.
let me
and then
say this, that Chick Donovan, who
I
held...
wanted to tell about that.
Oh, you...
I want to tell about Chick Donovan.
Oh, okay,
Chick
okay.
Donovan.
Okay, let me. Everybody realizes that Chick Donovan was one half of the Southern Tag Team
Yeah,
Champions,
Jack Hart
right?
and Chick Donovan.
Right. Well, now a lot of people realize, that we wrestle all over the country, and I just wanted to say that one day last week, I happened to be in a match. Bill Dundee and I happened to be in a match in Evansville, Indiana.
Yes.
And Chick Donovan, for some reason, now we weren't even wrestling Chick Donovan.
What's wrong with this guy's forehead? I was at a Denny's one time with Ian Rotten and some other wrestling-related people. And I don't remember if Ian had a match that night or the night before, but he had like, all during the day, he had like a big piece of gauze on his forehead from blading. And while he was sitting at the table, I can't remember if it was at Perkins or at Denny's, it was one of those two, but his forehead just opened up like for no reason. It wasn't like it was gushing, but it was just trickling, but it was really strange. And anytime I see somebody with the cheese grater forehead, I think about that.
But for some reason, Chick Donovan, he wanted to interfere in this match. Can you imagine Chick Donovan running in on a match of Bill Dundee's mind?
It actually, the bread was actually really good, but I don't know anything to say about food reviewing, so I just thought the novelty or the ridiculousness of it. But I did get those for half price.
No.
Well, he did. So what we did with Chick Donovan was we gave him a rude introduction to the ring post, like a lot of people get around this area. Ooh. And so now Chick Donovan is apparently out of action, and we don't know for how long.
For
but anyway,
a period of time, is my understanding.
He's going to be out for a while. I don't really feel sorry for Chick.
Bill Dundee takes over the book, and Chick Donovan leaves the territory. Coincidence?
He just should have not have interfered in our match. So anyway, what is happening with Chick not able to defend the Southern Tag titles? There was a big match apparently set in Chicago, Illinois, is coming up about the middle or towards the end of
June
this month.
19th.
June 19th, right.
Oh,
and
man.
Stanley Blackburn, of course, he's the big wheel of the AWA.
I was like, no way, Memphis wrestling is coming to Chicago? And then I was like, dude, this is 40 years ago. Come on, bro.
I think called Eddie Marlin and put a little pressure on Eddie, and he said,
got
now look,
genuinely
we have
excited
gone
for a
out of our
second.
way to book the Southern Tag Team Champions in Chicago, which they, to be perfectly honest with you, they don't do that a lot. Because it's a little further north. So anyway, Stanley had him booked on a big, tremendous AWA card that's coming up in Chicago, and now all of a sudden, he gets word that Chick Donovan's out of action, and he's not going to be able to defend the belt. So he called Eddie Marlin, and he said, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you have to roll Chick Donovan out on a stretcher or whatever, but have the Southern Tag Team Champions
Roll him
there.
out on a stretcher.
So anyway, Chick Donovan's not going to be able to wrestle. So what they're going to do is they're going to have to vacate the titles. And this makes it very nice for people like Bill Dundee and myself, because what's going to happen is Eddie Marlin has said that we're just going to have a tournament for the titles. So there's going to be this week a big tournament added to the card. Now, Eddie, he went out of his way. He already had a card. He already had a card booked. And what he has done, he has just added.
Okay, so I don't think since January of 86, and now we're in June of 87, so about 18 months, I don't think we've seen a single tournament, have we?
This tournament. So it's going to be a bigger card, a lot more matches, and Bill Dundee and I are going to be one of the tag teams in this tournament. And a lot of people realize what Dundee and I are like as a tag team, and we're looking to come out with the Southern Tag Team titles back around our waist. And I'm just excited about it. That's all I wanted to come out and say. And one other thing, I think Austin Idol and Tommy Rich may be in this tournament too, and so if they are, we're looking for another chance to get our hands on them. Right.
Okay, Jerry. Well, I'm delighted because... Hey, that's it. Hey, your hair's looking great.
He had to give him the Jeb Bush. Please clap.
Well...
Yeah. Can I come back later and talk some more?
Okay, I want you back later. Okay. The King, and right now I think we're ready to get into ring because we've got lots of action coming up. We've got several bouts today, David, that I am really looking forward to, and I think we're going to enjoy the action of championship wrestling. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. This is what Claudio Castagnoli came out to when he was on the Indies. It was when he was his gimmick was the most money-making man. It was a great entrance.
Jack Hart coming out here for this match. His partner walking out with him.
Although I think he came out, isn't there somebody who kind of halfway covered this? I think.
And he's upset about the Southern Tag Team because he really got cheated out of it, he felt like.
He's up there right now with another partner, not Chick Donovan, the one you're used to seeing with Stretcher Jack Hart. It's Keith Robertson out of Memphis, Tennessee, the Stretcher out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Across the way at a total of 455 pounds out of Tampa, Florida, Mark Starr, and in the ring right now from Lexington, Kentucky, Billy Travis. Travis against Stretcher Jack Hart. Paul Dangerly in the corner of Robertson and Jack Hart is over here right about now.
The manager of the former, because of what has happened in the Southern Tag Team titles, the manager of the former tag champion, Jack Hart and Chick Donovan.
Now, let me tell you something, Lance Romance. Dundee and Lawler, they really think they're getting to me now. I mean, they tried to get me, and that's what happened. They tried to take care of me. You know, Lawler burned my face. We all know it was Lawler. He tried to do it again. Chick came down. He came to help me, and they ended up putting him out of action. So now we don't have the Southern Tag Champions anymore. Okay. Idle and Rich are still together, and I got my Stretcher here with me, and when we find a permanent tag team partner for the Stretcher, and this Keith Robertson's good enough, maybe it'll be him, he's going to go for the tag titles again, too. Let me tell you something else. Dundee, I know you're listening, and before I had a chance to put a stop on that credit card, Bill Dundee ran up a $6,545.
Remember that last week he offered Bill Dundee the credit card and he took it? He said he racked up $6K. I wonder what he bought.
George,
Swipe it, boy.
I'm glad you cleared that up because I've had many people ask me whatever happened to the credit card. And now,
what do you think's going to happen?
Many
I'm not
people.
a moron.
Come on,
I put a stop to it Monday morning. But as soon as he got out of here, the guy went out and bought somebody a fur coat, and he booked himself flights to Louisville, to Evansville, and the whole week he's been flying around the circuit on my money. Well, that's okay. He booked those flights. Let me tell you something. He's going to pay for them one way or the other.
There you hear it from Paul E. Dangerly of the Dangerous Alliance in the ring now. Oh, what a beauty. Mark Starr. I'll get it right here in just a moment. Mark Starr going against Jack Hart, and what a great drop kick into an arm bar.
You know, not only did Dundee cost me a lot of money with my credit.
Yeah. They should have it in like a credit card on a pole, or like credit card bill on a pole match where you have to get the bill down and then force your opponent to sign it. I keep thinking this guy is Shane Douglas, Mark Starr.
Card, but the thing is that by taking Chick away from me, he has cost me one of the biggest paydays since I've become the manager of Chick Donovan and Jack Hart, because that AWA show, hey, we were right there on top, man. We were right there on top for the Southern Tag Team Championship, and now they just take it away from me, and I don't have the champion, but I'm going to have them. With this tournament coming up, I am sure to be the manager of the champions, whether it be Idle and Rich or Jack and whoever his partner may be, I will be managing the champion.
You know what's weird? Have we seen one of those in Memphis in a long time? I don't remember seeing like a turning Rude Awakening style neck breaker. I think I haven't seen one in forever in Memphis.
Champions, June, what's the date? The 19th in Chicago.
Really, it really
hit. I will have the champion, and I will have that big payday that I'm looking forward to.
Okay, let's get back to the ring in there after we leave the dulcet tones of Paul E. Dangerly. He was a little distraught.
Mark Starr in trouble. Mark went for a drop kick and missed on it. Stretcher Jack Hart went to work on the neck, and that reverse neck breaker you just saw by Keith Robertson doing him no good. Starr with a reversal and a body slam. Keith Robertson.
I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody said on a podcast one time, I remember, that Heyman gets run out of Memphis because he won't go through with a stipulation in a match. I can't remember if it was like I want to say it was a scaffold match, but it might not have been.
Lost the advantage for his team right there. Now Mark is able to get over and get the tag on Billy Travis. Billy with a body slam. Boy, this Robertson has put on some weight here in the last couple of months. He's added about 10 or 12 pounds. Hey, there's a count of 2.
Well, he ain't been working, Lance. What do you expect?
Boy, I tell you what, a minute ago while Dangerly was talking and I was watching the match, you had to figure this one was going to turn out different because the upper hand was with Stretcher Jack Hart. But Billy Travis, Mark Starr put it together, and in 3 minutes, 34 seconds, they walk away with a victory.
I'm just looking at Dangerly. I don't believe there's a long-time relationship coming up with Keith and Paul Dangerly.
Right.
He's a little hacked off about losing that one. Timeout. We got more big action coming up in a moment.
I feel like Roberson was pretty much like I had such high hopes for him. I'd say this every time we see him. I'm sure you're tired of hearing it, but when he had that gimmick where he just kept like screwing over every partner he had, at least that was like mildly interesting.
Evansville Coliseum, I love it Wednesday night. Boy, I am telling you what a big night of action. We'll give you the whole card in just a moment. One match.
Well, Jeremy, we're going to find out sooner or later, hopefully, the truth will play out on Memphis TV.
Going to be a Mid-America title match in which the Moondog's hair will be at stake against the Mid-America title held by Jeff Jarrett.
You know, let me tell you something. Your boys got lucky enough to shave my head and make me bald. But they're not going to do it to the Moondog. This man here is going to walk out of that building with the title, and he's not going to be bald-headed. Jeff Jarrett, I can guarantee you that. You're going to be beat up, and you're going to be hurt, and you're going to be a former champion. And this man is not going to be bald-headed.
Might be interesting to see the Moondog with his hair all cut off. And boy, hey, I want to tell them, final event. AWA Southern Heavyweight Championship. Here it is, Austin Idol, Jerry the King Lawler.
That's right. Go get some decaffeinated coffee. Evansville, Indiana. It's time to get idolized. I, Paulie Dangerly, present to you the Southern Heavyweight Champion, the Universal Heartthrob.
So Austin Idol is our champion. The Southern Heavyweight Champion is like the main belt in Memphis, even though like belts really don't have the meaning, in my opinion, that they do in some companies.
Austin Idol.
You know, Paulie, I've waited for a long time. A long time I've been avoided. Every time I've come to Evansville, Indiana, which, by the way, stinks. The people stink. The women stink. And there's nothing that's really good about Evansville. But I'm going to put it on the map on Wednesday night. You know why? Because finally, after so many negotiations, after so long, I've got Jerry Lawler where I wanted him. Because, you see, I've embarrassed you, Lawler. You've been humiliated. You've been degraded. You're not even half a man now. I shaved your head. I've beaten you in every kind of match. And there's only one thing left. There's only one thing left for you that you want back, that you say, oh, if I can do this, maybe I can regain the momentum. Maybe I can make a comeback. Maybe once and for all, I can be crowned again if I can only get the belt from Austin Idol. Jerry Lawler, I said it before. In 1987, I'm going to take you out, Jack. And in Evansville,
hell yeah,
you're gone, brother.
Hell yeah. Okay. Do you think you guys could just go into psycho mode like that? Just be able to go in and out of like being that hyped up?
Hey, we got a big match coming up here in the ring in just a moment. I do, in fact, want to draw to your attention something Dave mentioned earlier. We've got a team of Mr. Shima and Phil Hickerson with Yamamoto, the manager. Here they come right now. Tojo, Mr. Shima, and Phil Hickerson. I got to start right off, Phil, and say, what in the world are you doing with the likes of...
Why do you always think negative? Why do you always think negative? Think positive like myself, man. Let's do this all the way. Why can't you just come out and say, hey, Phil, good to see you. Why can't you do that? See, you're always there. Now watch this.
What do you do with Tojo, man?
Good morning, Lance. Good to see you, guy. How you doing?
Did you hear the guy in the crowd yell, what are you doing with Tojo, man? Like, the one guy in the crowd was, like, genuinely hurt. Like, hey, man, what are you doing with Tojo, man?
That's how you think positive, man. That's the way to do it.
I still got to have the answer. What are you doing with Tojo Yamamoto and Mr. Shima?
Yeah, man. What are you doing with him?
You ever tell you the truth?
Yes, I want to know the truth.
I was sitting there in my...
I really like it. I think it's fun to do that, just to go into, like, promo, but you might be right. It might be something like wrestling fans are more adept at.
I was at the water hole the other day, and I got a phone call. Tojo Yamamoto called me on the phone.
Regular prices, Bob Brown.
And it's simple, Lance Russell. It's simple. Let's go back. You know, I've been in this business many years, and I'm almost like you. You know, I don't have too many years left in me. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
And you stop and you think of all these years I've been in. You know, I used to run up down this road making $100, $200, $300 a night.
Hey, Armand.
Back in the days, which was big money back then. And I'm sitting home, man, and I'm seeing all this on television, how these, football, all these $1 million quarterbacks, hockey players, basketball players getting all these $1 million. And now it's the day of the mega bucks, brother. It's mega bucks day, because here it is. I see these wrestlers, they're signing these $1 million contracts, these $10,000 matches, and stuff like that.
Interesting, yeah. Well, somebody, South to West and Joe Shabatoni have been wanting a food review, so I figured I'd do something.
Yeah, so I'm here to get a little part of it. So what it boils down to, Tojo told me about this tournament, he needed a partner. Now, I don't have nothing against Mr. Shima. I don't have nothing against Tojo. And what is it, Hilo? Well, I hear he took a high-low back to Japan. So he needs a partner. So it basically, this is a business proposition. It's money, brother. I'm doing it for money.
Hey, Eddie.
So what it all boils down to, if we can get in there and win those belts.
Yeah, ATF Media. This is Phil Hickerson.
Monday night.
We saw him, but it was way back in '86, I think.
It boils down to, I'll make more.
He teamed up with Joe LeDuc a couple times.
Money that I made in 1 year's time, Lance.
Remember they had the gimmick where the Fire and the Flame had to keep putting the title up against mystery teams? He was the main guy that led that angle.
Well,
now that's the bottom line, brother.
I hate to see the association.
Well, it's strictly a business deal. I don't care what the people. I know the people. They love me.
I did. What was I going to say? Oh, I did find a playlist of all the old. Remember that show Jacked and Metal, the like super old WWF like B or C tier shows. What's up, Kuka?
Everybody loves a fat boy, and Phil Hickerson is
team up with a trend. No way, man.
And Phil Hickerson is good.
This is Southern Wrestling, ATF Media.
You see what I'm talking about? Look here, they love me.
You're good, no question about
that. They love me, they don't like. And I'll guarantee you, come Monday night, son, when you get in there, we're going to get in there. This is going to be our first time together. I'm going to take him underneath my wing. And, brother, I have took some people underneath my wing and always had belts around my waist. And this is no exception.
Well, I
don't money, brother.
I think
Phil Hickerson will do anything for money, anytime, anywhere.
I think your fans would have preferred that you associated with somebody else rather than Tojo Yamamoto.
Hey, come on, Tojo. Why are you so inquisitive? Why are you inquisitive? Why you talk about, ask him about personal thing about money, everything?
Yes.
Why American people ask me about money, everything? American people.
That used to be a positive in wrestling. Now I don't think people want to look like the wrestlers look now. But back then, I think people liked it when they could connect to somebody that looked more like they did. Especially the Southern. There's a lot of guys like this in the Southern territories. If this guy was up in Vince's territory, they'd have had to make him into some kind of a freak or something.
Your business, they're crazy. They're no good people. You understand?
You got your opinion of it, and I'll tell you one thing. People don't like it.
Also, ATF Media sent me a 24-hour playlist of Salvatore Bellomo matches he said he thought we should all watch.
Why don't you ask me about Tony? Why don't you ask me about Tony Burton? Why you ask me about personal things?
You got a kendo stick match coming.
Well, I tell you what, Tony Burton, I'm going to beat you up like a dead coward dog with his kendo stick.
The way you pushed him off that ladder. Okay, Dave.
Mr. Rising Sun Shima and Phil Hickerson against Jean Paul. Man, what a team.
Tojo Yamamoto still going on here. This one's going to be John Paul out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Bucky Siegler from Charleston, South Carolina. Total weight of 460 pounds, going against a total of 484. Out of Tokyo, Japan, Mr. Shima. And out of Jackson, Tennessee, Phil Hickerson. Tojo Yamamoto in their corner. John Paul starts against Mr. Shima.
Well, I'm not particularly fond of Phil being associated with Tojo Yamamoto, but I will in fact say you got two guys who got a lot of experience. Shima, certainly a world-class wrestler, has been for quite some time, held belts all over the world. Phil Hickerson,
that's true,
well, who needs to go
what
down?
Can you say? Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
You're right. They're going to make a formidable tag team, no doubt about it.
John Paul getting...
John Paul.
Hello, John Paul. Phil Hickerson grabs him by the hair.
This is weird booking. I wonder where they're going to go with it.
In the air. Big body slam from Phil.
Tag on Shima. Well, that's one thing I'll never forget about Phil Hickerson from the first time I saw him wrestle is how quick he is for a man his size.
Isn't that absolutely astounding? You just can't believe it unless you see Phil in person.
Their combined weights, I missed it.
Bucky Siegler.
Were you trying to, are you trying to keep track of all that stuff? Do you remember at all? There was a guy when I used to go to shows back in the early and mid 2000s. There was a guy who went to a bunch of the shows out on the East Coast, and he wore like a Green Lantern shirt to every show. But he would instead of like watching the matches, he would stand with like a timer and shit, and like, he'd time every match and keep track of like every statistic.
Making his introduction.
But then he would review the match, and I never really thought he was in a good position to review the match. But that was just my take.
Into the ring.
You love Phil Hickerson.
Shima crotches him, scoops him.
He's getting a little bit of resistance from the chat.
Up, slams him down.
How you doing, Reds fan? Oh man!
Siegler ran right into the human equivalent of the Empire State Building.
Wow.
Hickerson puts him down severely, I am telling you. Bucky on a reversal. Back.
Was he surrounded by hot chicks constantly? Well, first of all, I mean, there was besides the Rats, there was maybe like 3 women total in the crowd at old Ring of Honor and JPW shows and shit.
Drop, and the big guy over and down on the mat.
Siegler made a mistake, went in too quick.
Look how quick Phil came back with that leg, Dave. Just what you were talking about. He got him. That's it.
At Punk versus Aries for the title, I'm in the front row, and I'm actually seated near the Rat section.
The 3 count in 1:58, and that team of Phil Hickerson and Mr. Shima, Banzai, says Tojo, they get the win in just under 2 minutes.
Phil Hickerson, Mr. Shima, their first time together. Yeah. Okay, Phil. I hope you enjoy your money. We'll take time out. We got more action coming up. Back to it in a moment.
Hey, Ronald. Where you guys know each other from? Tony Youngman?
Hi, I want to take a second to tell you that coming up on Thursday, June the 18th, folks around Owensboro, Kentucky, Championship Wrestling will be coming into the Sports Center. Tickets will be on sale the day of the matches from 5 o'clock until match time. So be sure and remember, Thursday, June the 18th, Owensboro, Kentucky at the Sports Center. All right, let's take a look at Evansville.
You just missed Phil Hickerson, Dave's channel.
Wednesday night is what we're talking about there. Kendo stick match opens up. I love it. Tojo and Tony Burton, both of them.
I think Phil Hickerson honestly probably could, for sure, definitely beat up the Ultimate Warrior handily. Phil Hickerson is a dude that you would want with you at the bar, I think. Like, maybe not the best wrestler, but like as a damage sponge, like, definitely.
We'll have kendo stick. Should be a whale of a match. International heavyweight title defense when Bill Dundee goes against Mr. Shima. Should be a good one. Grudge 6-man tag match. Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka, and Downtown Bruno will be going against Big Bubba, who will be there against Billy Travis and Mark Starr. Then it'll be a Mid-America title match. No time, no disqualification.
I do miss that, though, about the old UFC, how you would see a matchup like that. You could see a guy built like the Warrior against the guy built like Phil Hickerson. You can't really see that anymore. I miss, though, like, freak show fights.
Moondog's hair against the title when the Moondog faces Jeff Jarrett. And finally, Austin Idol Jerry Lawler. Southern heavyweight crown is at stake Wednesday.
I'd love to see Lance in the Hall of Fame. And Dave Brown. Put them in it together. And Randy Hales. Why not?
Davey and I were just sitting here talking about it. Pay attention, because you don't want to miss this. This is a son of a gun. This is one of the most bizarre stories I ever heard in my life. Now, it involves Big Bubba. I think most
ATF media won't argue with you unless you're talking about big booty Latinas.
most of the folks know that Big Bubba missed his match and last week, and that was unusual because while I'm always seen eye to eye with Big Bubba and all, the guy is dependable and he's a tough son of a gun. So it was kind of unusual that he missed it. I talked to Big Bubba about it, and this is all after the fact. And Bubba says he was getting ready to leave from the match. He went out to the parking lot, put his key in his automobile to unlock the car, and the...
Yeah, he probably could have done something. Did he? Well, he went to Pride, but Pride to me is almost, I mean, I know it's real fighting, but it has like a pro wrestling feel to it. Wonder if he did any wrestling in Japan or something.
Next thing that he knew,
You remember that guy, It's Me, Harold Howard? Or was it Howard Harold? I think it was Harold Howard.
Woke up in a cabin south of Hazard, Kentucky, with a knot on his head. Now, I said, Bubba, fill us in a little bit more. Bubba had gotten with Randy Hales to kind of tell the entire story. So let's look at this videotape. You got to see this because this is really interesting, and it poses some interesting thoughts, too. Look.
I'll tell you, Randy, I stopped here because this is right where I came out after being held up in that little cabin up in the woods. I came right over there, right through the woods, across this little creek, up on this road. This is my first glimpse of real civilization. You don't know how happy I was to see this little gravelly road here. And I brought you in this way. It's at least around 4 miles from the main highway, and that's where, I finally got...
Thank you, Rush Limbaugh's burner account. I'm glad you, I'm glad you got something out of it. I was so high.
Wave down somebody to give me some help.
Harold Howard was great, man. He had they used to do these awesome promo packages before UFC, for those of you who haven't seen like the early ones. And they would all like have some like catchphrase they were supposed to say. And his was like, they got a saying where I'm from, if you're coming on, well, come on. And that was like his big war cry.
And as you can see right over there, that's where I came across. Take a look over there. You can see there's like a little animal trail or a deer trail right over there.
Is he still
I came across
alive?
this creek here.
We should be able to get a hold of Harold Howard. I need him to cut a promo to watch my channel, but have him say, if you're coming on over at Fusion Studios, we got a saying.
Where I came from the shack, I just followed it out here and onto this little road, and the rest
of this road. Yeah, let me tell the people real quick where we are. We are about 20 miles south of Hazard, Kentucky. And
isn't that like a wrestling? I swear I've heard Cornette telling stories about Gillies.
And we're near the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. And if we could right now, Bubba, let's go see if you can find out where they kept you, okay?
Well, I'll tell you what, I hope you got your hiking boots because it's plumb way up in the holler over
Let's go.
Wow, look at Big Bubba and EFB like an off-road vehicle.
Randy, I'll tell you what, man. I'm big and strong, and I've fought some tough people, and I've been in some tough situations in my life, and I've never felt helpless. But, brother, let me tell you, the hours that I spent in this cabin out here in the country, bound and gagged, I can't tell you how helpless I felt.
Yeah, Andy, I think that was Andy Anderson, who looked like a complete goon. And then became a referee, I think. He looked so out of place. Oh, my God.
I had you tied.
It was the weirdest feeling. Oh, it burnt my wrist, my neck. You can see it here.
It on your wrist.
I sawed those ropes for hours until I finally got through, boy. And when I finally made it out to that road, you don't know what a sigh of relief it was. I've never felt scared. And I'm going to tell you, I was petrified.
Well,
because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Are we going the right way?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive this is the right way back here.
Randy, we got to change some gears here, buddy.
All right, we got to go.
Looks like a vegan and patriot stream.
All right.
Just see people's backs in the dashboard. I love this segment though.
Be careful here.
Oh, it's like a hangout in Evansville.
Steve, I'm telling you.
Think we make it?
The same for the faint heart.
Be careful.
Hey, Russell Punch.
This is about as far as we go on in this thing.
Well, I guess we got to walk, don't we?
Hope you got your walking boots on.
How far is that place?
It's back in the
It's way
hollow
up
there.
in the hollow.
Pretty far.
Here we go. You know where we are now?
Yeah, see up there's a little path up yonder above that rise up there. Goes right in the woods. That's where it's at.
Well, that's where we need to go then.
It's worse.
Well,
This is me and EFD in northern Wyoming looking for that Netflix treasure.
we just have to find it because I want to still...
I've brought up the Netflix treasure to like everybody too, and nobody seems interested in going to look for it.
all the people exactly what they did use.
The first OPC Don appearance. Oh yeah, like the little short video before the big meeting was all where it was like all secretive. We just needed her to play OPP.
Come on, Randy.
Okay.
Just about there, buddy.
Hold up.
There it is. You can just barely see it over here.
I brought you...
Oh, Jake can find it.
Yeah, here we are.
Doesn't anybody in the chat say anything? Like what? I think we have a pretty active chat.
See, okay. See, Randy, there it is. I told you I could find it.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and...
I want to get in the... Let's go to
in.
Gillies, everybody.
Let me see where they kept you. Be careful. Goodness, Bubba, I can't imagine a place like this. This is absolutely awful.
Think it's bad? Come on in here. It gets better. It gets better. Come look at
Okay.
me. This is the dungeon where they held me.
Gee,
Believe this? This is where it was tied up right here. Can you believe it?
this is awful.
Huh?
This is absolutely awful.
See this door jam here? This is what's left of the rope right here. I was busy.
Wow, they kept
it
him
seemed
in
like
this
for a whole
place?
day and half the night trying to saw my way through this rope so I could get loose and get out of this place.
What?
I've never been afraid of anybody or anything in my whole life. But I was deathly scared here. I was in fear for my life. Let me tell you something. You think it's bad now? You really?
Terrible.
You should be here at night. I heard the pitter-patter like of rats, you know, raccoons. I heard snakes. In the dark, your mind...
This is an... I mean, wow. But you know what? I said I hoped when we got a booking change, we got more storylines. Like, what a story this is. Big Bubba's taken hostage and held at this house out in the middle of nowhere.
It plays a lot of serious tricks on you. Well, let me tell you, I've never been afraid of anything, but I was in fear of my life being here alone by myself.
Well, let's get out of here, Bubba. This is terrible.
Well, Randy, I'll tell you, I want to thank you very much for coming out here. I know you went through a lot of hardship being here, but I wanted to show you where I spent the worst and most horrible night of my life. Out here, being left to die out here in a cabin. Because
Yeah, Junk, you think he made all this up just to cover for the fact that he missed last week's show? And he's like, oh, yeah, I was, they grabbed me off the street, they put me in a shack, and then he drags EFD out into the woods to take him to the shack.
that's a fact. Whoever tied me up and left me inside here left me for dead. And Bruno, in here,
Bruno.
I know it was you. Now, I have no substantial evidence, nothing concrete to take into court to prove it was you. But you know, and I know, that it was you.
Lawsuits.
Now, you didn't do the dirty work. I think Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond had something to do with that. Because I know you don't have the guts in that scrawny little body to do something like this. But let me tell you something. Whoever it was, they left me inside this cabin, tied up, to die, out here in the middle of nowhere. Randy's here. He's a witness to that. Well, let me explain something to you. That's serious business. That's my life. And, brother, when I get inside that ring, there's going to be some real serious business taking place. I just hope that you're all prepared for what you've started. Thank you, Randy. Okay, bro.
Yeah,
I like how after the years of hanging and banging, we finally got the one promo from Hulk where he said that he'd hung and bung.
Kind of a wild situation, and here's just the guy that I want to talk to right here. Big Bubba on his way to a match. And let me remind you that it was a six-man match where he was joining Billy Travis and Mark Starr to go against...
Oh, no, they did the Unibrunoer. This Paul Diamond, former drug addict, maybe current drug addict, Paul Diamond, is dressed like a mercenary.
Pat Tanaka, Paul Diamond, and Downtown Bruno.
I would totally put Paul Diamond in a movie if I was like making like a B movie in the 80s, like a Cannon knockoff. He would be a pretty good like cheesy lead guy, I think.
Disappears. All of a sudden, he disappears. He's kidnapped.
Okay, well, Lance Russell, let me tell you something. First of all, and I'm going to be totally honest with you sitting here, whatever I did in my past is what happened in the past, you understand? The past is the past. You got to learn how to forget things like that. Sure, maybe I was running around with the hustlers and the gamblers, driving the big cars and the big money makers, 42 Kane Boulevard, downtown Pittsburgh, whatever. Maybe so. Maybe I was associating with people known as the dark side. You know what I mean? The criminal element, the bad element, the big money makers. Maybe I was, but that was
big
the past.
money makers.
See, now, I'm probably the top manager in professional wrestling today, the top manager in the CWA, and I wouldn't resort to a tactic.
I thought maybe your profile picture was an NFT, and you had actually launched an EFD NFT collection to recoup your money.
Like that. And I think even by Big Bubba saying
Rural
or insinuating that it might be me and Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka had something to do with it. It's just kind of reflecting on my past. Well, see, I've never dug into Big Bubba's past because it's none of my business, because that's personal life. And my personal life is not anybody's business. So going into what might have happened years ago down the line has nothing to do with this, because I had nothing to do with this. And, you know, in my personal opinion, because I managed Bubba for a long time, as you know, and I know how his lifestyle is. I know how he is. He probably got all drunk or all liquored up or went out and got in a fight or something, or just, you know, he's not the most intelligent person in the world. Maybe he just got lost or, you know, drove into a gulch somewhere off the interstate and just couldn't find the town or couldn't make it to the town, couldn't be there to wrestle. And that's why Big Bubba wasn't around for any six-man tag matches, and he's just looking for...
You're saying he made his story up?
I think it's quite possible.
Let me tell you something, Bruno. Now, Lance, if you had the prospect of facing the awesome team
Did Lawler comment on
would
that
you
at
show
all?
up? I mean, the guy's a big, fat, gutless,
Joe's,
yellow coward.
page and see the
So he
video.
had to make an excuse and not show up because he knew he had to face the two of the most awesome men in wrestling today.
Okay, let me just get point blank about it and ask you a question.
Okay.
Are you saying you had nothing to do with the kidnapping of
I had nothing to do with the kidnapping, nothing at all. And as far as I'm concerned, if I hear you mention that I had anything to do with this kidnapping, if I hear Big Bubba mention that I had anything to do with this kidnapping, in fact, if I hear anybody from Jarrett Promotions, that goes for Randy Hills, Eddie Marlin, Jarrett himself, or any of the little, you know, clowns that run around like Billy
You've heard the story about how he got the name right, ATF Media. It's so lame.
Travis, Jeff Jarrett, Mark Starr, any of these guys. If anybody mentions I had anything to do with this, there's going to be a lawsuit. And that goes for you, Lance, like I said, because it's not true. And I don't like to hear it. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty disgusted now because it's making my reputation look bad. It's making Paul Diamond look bad. It's making Tanaka look bad.
Making
and
Paul
we don't like it
Diamond
because we're here because we're in a
How can you make a guy wearing this outfit look bad?
professional wrestling business. We're not kidnappers running around the countryside or whatever, what have you there, okay? And it kind of makes me sick. I wouldn't do anything like that. And just to have you come out here and insinuate...
I happen to know that Eddie Marlin is a continuing investigation into this affair because he's not going to permit this kind of thing to happen in this area.
Lance Russell, we wouldn't go anywhere near the woods, let alone take Big Bubba there in the woods and tie him up or whatever. And, you know, and it's kind of funny because if you've ever seen his apartment, it's not even as bad as that cabin. I mean, it's worse than that cabin.
Okay, let me ask you this.
What?
He says Bubba's apartment is worse than the cabin.
Who else would have anything to gain by taking Big Bubba out? Who else would have anything?
Lance Russell, I don't know. Like I said, Big Bubba probably couldn't make it to the match or something. You know, he was drunk or got arrested or something, so he just made that excuse up.
The man told you he didn't do it.
Exactly.
And we didn't do it. Just because Bubba is a gutless coward, he didn't have the guts to show up.
All right, well...
And I don't want to hear it again, Lance Russell. There will be a lawsuit. I told you that.
Okay, we're going to take time out. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's like a trance. Well, I mean, it is, I guess.
Jeff Jarrett, the, again, Mid-America heavyweight title holder. And he had a big wild match with Moondog Spot. Came out on the top side of it, and he once again is carrying that strap. As you see him coming right. We're delighted for him. Not an easy one. Congratulations, Jim. Oh, boy, I'll tell you. That had to be quite a thought as you win against Moondog Spot in a hair match, and son of a gun, you pulled it off, you got the belt. Now the shoe's on the other foot.
Exactly right, but let's talk a little bit about last week first. As the tape showed, with a little luck, I got out of it, Lance, and got my belt back. But now, this week, as you said, the shoe's on Moondog's foot now. The match is my belt against his hair. Now, Moondog, I don't know if you've ever been in a hair match, but I was just in one, and as you know, there's a lot of pressure on you. You're out there, all it takes is 1, 2, 3, and your head's shaved. This week, Lance, he's got to deal with that pressure, and Moondog, if you don't know what it is to feel like with a bald head, just take a look at your manager, Bruno, and
yeah.
This guy stinks.
That's right. I hope to see that Moondog with a bald head.
I'll tell you, that might be an improvement on him, though, and it would be nice to have you accomplish that little feat. Well, I am delighted that you got yourself that belt back. I think it took a lot of guts. I wasn't so sure you were smart to do it, but to take that hair match in order to get a crack at that belt, Jeff.
That's right. Luck was on my side last week. Hopefully it'll be on my side this week, Lance.
Okay. Jeff, good luck to you. We're looking forward to seeing you in the ring and in action. Jeff Jarrett, the new, or, well, he is the new, but he is also the champion.
So, Junk, if Grace is taking the stance that as long as whatever happens on camera, it's okay, doesn't she have to, like, basically change her stance on the on people like Zayzu did and people in that line of work? What's up, Hurricane Paro?
About ready to get back in the ring.
Did you ever find Amanda Hug and Kiss, Hurricane Paro?
I think we got some more action coming up here, and we've got a whole, boy, this particular match is going to be a standard, because you're looking at Jeff Jarrett and Bill Dundee together for the first time, Dave.
Absolutely, and they're going against Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka with downtown Bruno in their corner. There they come right there. They weigh in at a total weight of 434 pounds. Here come their opponents, the superstar out of Australia, and from Nashville, Tennessee, Jeff Jarrett. Their total weight 414. Referee Jerry Calhoun getting them set, getting off the warm-up jackets, and we are just about ready to go. This also is going to be an expiration of time match.
Agreed, ATF Media.
And we do have a good amount of time
left. Yes, we do.
So we'll have an opportunity to see, hopefully, a lot of action in there. You've got the ingredients for it. Tanaka and Paul Diamond. Oh, look at Dundee over there. Tanaka and Diamond.
You just came in at a bad time, TJ. They're shifting to more of like an IP2 style content now. But in the old days, and now in my mind, I'm like that scene in Gladiator. I'm like running my hand over all the like fresh, hot, tall grass, thinking about the old days of chill streams and Burger King meltdowns.
We've always said they have all the tools, all the ability in the world. The only thing that's detrimental is the fact that they're managed by
all your accounts.
downtown Bruno, and their attitude adjustment was not for the better, I can tell you that. They're going against veterans.
But what is the reasoning that he tells you, Paro? Does he say, like, I'm banning you because of this? They're shifting from suck to blow.
Pound for pound, still considered one of the roughest guys ever to walk in a wrestling ring. Bill Dundee.
Look at this outfit.
And young Jeff Jarrett should be a dandy.
That design does.
Tanaka with a conference. I think he's asking Diamond, what'd he do? Did you see it from over here? Dundee said, come on out of the corner. Let's go.
You notice he didn't make him have to look a long way across
Don't get
that
cut
ring,
on the tall
right up
razor
in his
grass.
face.
That's true. Whoa. Yeah. He unleashed him with a right hand. He just let that
How you
fist
doing,
fly.
Mike Chigger?
The superstar. Tanaka a little tentative about coming back into the action here.
You know, it's good experience for Jeff to be in there.
In the old days, TJ, there was like like 3 days out of the week, the entire stream was recapping Grace. That's how much stuff she used to do in the old days.
Partner with Bill, and even though he is a champ.
And while I was covering that, people were telling me that I missed the really good times that were even before me.
Now at his young age,
everybody thinks
he's still got a lot to learn, and you can learn from a guy like Dundee. I hope he doesn't learn some of the things that Dundee could teach him.
Yeah. Tell you the truth, there's not much Bill doesn't know.
I saw him crying, Hurricane.
All the years he's been in it.
Boy, oh boy, and all the victories. Armbar, Pat Tanaka, Jeff Jarrett. Oh, look at him.
Oh, it's a foot race around the ring as Dundee decided, I'm not doing anything. I might as well go after downtown Bruno for a minute. Jeff Jarrett lets Pat Tanaka go by. Wow, right fist. Did he have that fist doubled up? Yeah, he did. Wow. Now he goes after Bruno. You know,
yeah, Grace
that's
is hot.
one of the things you got to be careful that you don't let your focus slip to that manager totally. That's one reason that managers are so dangerous when your opponent has one. But in the case of Jeff and Bill Dundee, it could be a very effective tactic, knowing that their partner has things well in hand. They keep Bruno from becoming involved in the action.
Good point.
He was having a conversation with Grace about the things she said about him, about being a sex pest and everything like that, and there were multiple times he was like tearing up and getting emotional.
Jeff Jarrett against Paul Diamond. Diamond out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada.
And then Grace kissed the guy in front of him.
He's done it twice already. And
Joe Shabatoni's got the clip, if you go to his channel.
Safe description would be a strapping young man. This Diamond is. Boy, he is a lot bigger than you think he is, watching him on television. Beautifully muscled. But as we said a little bit earlier, having undergone the brainwashing and an attitude adjustment from Bruno, not exactly to our liking, his style of wrestling now.
Diamond, a perfect example of what your mom always told you about. He had all the potential, but he started running around with the wrong people. In this case, Bruno.
Yep.
Diamond able to get that right shoulder up off the mat easily.
It's just basically what your threshold is for like drama content and what you like to see. Like it's all in like taste pretty much.
For a 3 count, Jeff wasn't really going for a pin. But when the shoulders are down, the referee starts the count. Did you see Dundee come in and just slip that right fist in there?
He hadn't even hit the floor good when
he had condoms. Well, that's his mistake.
Popped him with it.
It was just
if he's bringing the condoms, then he's probably only getting the kiss on screen.
By the way, here's this foul. Diamond kicks out of it at the 2 count.
You're a hick. You
3
think
minutes,
they're
45
hicks,
seconds gone. First fall action of an expiration of time match. Super 1-2 with the superstar Bill Dundee and Jeff Jarrett against Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka.
Dundee laying a little of his amateur wrestling.
I think they have more of a vibe of like a distant Kennedy relative, where like there's like the feet they kind of, especially back in the old days, still conducted themselves kind of like an upper class suburban dysfunctional family, and then kind of spiraled from there. But I wouldn't really think they were like hicks though at all. I think they remind me more like a Grey Gardens kind of vibe.
On Paul Diamond, went around behind him, hooked him around, rode him a minute, took him over right by the ropes, and Diamond slipped out. Uh-oh.
Diamond trying to sneak up behind Dundee, and he did it, but Dundee turned around, doubled up the fist, and said, all right, you want to fight that way? I'll fight you that way. Jerry Calhoun trying to get Dundee back. Let Diamond get out of the ropes and on his feet.
First ball. Expiration of time match. Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett against Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka.
Tanaka.
And Pardon me, Dave.
Tanaka comes in with a judo and the karate, and he just jabbed Dundee with the point of the fingers, choking him. All the downtown Bruno tactics really showing up in this match. As Tanaka and Diamond are using them. There's Jeff Jarrett.
What's up, Jedi Rich?
Jeff has been watching all of this. He's reaching for the tag. Dundee still can't get to him. Billy over to the corner, and here comes Jeff Jarrett. All of them in there. Dundee against Tanaka, Jeff Jarrett against Paul Diamond.
Diamond slopes down in the corner while Tanaka fires Philly.
Hey, look at that.
Here comes downtown Bruno. He shouldn't be in the ring. That's going to be it.
Oh, whoa.
He caught Bruno, who was trying to get away, and finally does.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
But that's going to put a flying halt to it, Davey.
I just think it's just it's mostly funny because I feel like that's an effective insult. Like I think that would like actually bother them if people viewed them as hicks.
That's going to stop the first ball right there with Bruno coming in. The interference called for a disqualification. Referee immediately stopped it.
Well, just because she's kissing a guy on camera, that doesn't mean anything, Paro.
And disqualified.
What if she's keeping her heart in her box for you, buddy?
Is the team of Diamond, Tanaka, and Bruno. 5 minutes.
Plus, he brought condoms. Grace don't go in for that.
48 seconds, and now winning that all-important first fall, Bill Dundee and Jeff Jarrett.
Boy, what a nifty first fall that was for the team of Dundee and Jarrett. They look very, very good together, and that's not all of it.
That's true. Just as well, I think, that Bruno jumped in there. Looks like they had it in hand anyway.
Yes, sir. We'll take time out. We're going to be back with more action in a moment.
Oh, that was a good
Wednesday
catch.
night, Evansville Coliseum. I do love the action that's coming up. Now, in addition to a kendo stick match or grudge six-man that Big Bubba and Downtown Bruno are going to be involved, you'll see a Mid-America title match where the title of Jeff Jarrett is going to be against the Moondog's hair.
That's right, Lance. This week it's the other way around. Last week I had to go into the ring feeling the pressure. Maybe there's a chance that I walk out of this ring.
Hey, Cody,
you had your hair up, right?
Bruno, your man Moondog has to feel that pressure, and I got the belt this week. We'll see who wins right there in Evansville.
It'll be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing him ball.
Paro, are you suggesting that his dick is so big that the condom won't fit on it? I don't. Where are you coming up with these? Is that supposed to be an insult to him? He gambles slots. She gambles with her slot. There you go.
Oh, just see what he looks like. The superstar.
Now, here we go.
Be ugly. That's right.
Grandma's
You're going to have
sweater
that
he's
belt,
got
that
on.
international title you took from Chick Donovan, on the line against Mr. Shima. Here's a cagey son of a gun.
Well, I'll just be just as cagey. That's what it's going to be in this battle. I'm going to be just as cagey as he is. Because Tojo Yamamoto, you boy ain't going to win this belt. Now, you can stick your little old fat Jap nose in it, and I'm going to kick it right off your face, boy, because I don't like you. I don't like your man coming for this belt, and I ain't too fond of Japanese. I'm not saying they're all bad, but you are, and so is Mr. Shima. Well, he ain't getting this belt support. I'm keeping it.
Okay, Bill Dundee, Wednesday night in Evansville, and then the final bout. How about this? Austin Idol, Jerry Lawler with
Grace is a bareback girl. She ain't going to be down with condoms.
the Southern heavyweight belt on the line.
That's right, Lance. You know, I'm not too crazy. I'm a little bit ashamed to come out here on this interview. You got Jeff Jarrett standing here with the Mid-America Heavyweight Championship belt. You got Bill Dundee standing here with the International Heavyweight Championship belt. And now you got the King of Wrestling standing here empty-handed. Well, I can assure you, Evansville wrestling fans, Wednesday night right there in Evansville, I'm going to change that situation. I'm tickled to death about this match, Lance, because not only is it a chance to take that Southern Heavyweight title and put it back around my waist, but it's a chance to hurt Austin Idol in the process. And everywhere I go, all over Evansville, the people talk to me. I think they've gotten over the fact about the haircutting situation. But what they say is, King, when are you going to get your belt back? Well, the answer is Wednesday night, and I'm hurting you, Idol, in the process.
Oh, you want to be there at the Coliseum. Dandy night of action.
David Lawler is weird. Paro, who cares? Who cares if she's serious about? Who cares if she marries him? Just find somebody different, man.
Very quickly, I want to tell you, really exciting VTR is available, and it's going to be available to you, and you can take this address down, so get a pencil and paper ready. I think you'll want this. Mayhem in Memphis. Now, this is a video chronology of exactly what happened in the...
I'm going to do IRL with Hurricane Paro. I'm going to wingman for him. We got to get him over Grace and these other e-girls.
Match in which Jerry the King Lawler, inside a steel cage, lost his hair, where Tommy Rich made the appearance and the whole thing.
There's like a either get your hair cut or leave town match like constantly.
You'll see all of the bits, the lead-ups, and all of that. You'll have an opportunity to get this for your own very own self, a collector's item, and boy,
Paro, she's probably just horny. She's got to be pretty like pin up with her trad lifestyle.
it is a dandy too. Now you're going to be able to get it
you're
by
asking if it's a
writing
fake
to
beard. I don't know.
Mayhem in Memphis at Post Office Box 3020.
Oh my God, I've been to
Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 08034. That's the address that you need to, we'll leave it up there for just a second while we tell you that you will have a chance to pick this up for $45.20. Now that is money that you're going to have, and when I tell you a collector's item, this is one you will play 100 times for yourself and another 200 times for your friend. It has the entire match
e-girl
in
to
there.
put on a leash?
Mayhem in Memphis, Jerry Lawler's historic battle with Austin Idol, in which Lawler loses his hair. You have got to see it. Idol.
Paro's problem, one of your problems, Paro, I think, is it just you care so much. Like you really do like these streamers and want to support them and, want to get their cheeks and all that kind of stuff. Like you really invest deeply in these streamers.
Guaranteed the gate, put $50,000 in escrow, and the whole story is contained in Mayhem in Memphis. Take down the...
So, Junk, you think that if Grace were to have an on-screen or behind-the-scenes boyfriend, that would affect donos?
Address and send it on in. I think you'll enjoy having it. Right now, let's get back to the ring, my friend.
Paulie said no more money?
Yeah, here they come. Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka, downtown Bruno.
Brett Michaels, oh my God.
Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett on the other side. They are one fall up as we get ready for the second fall, Davey.
They are indeed. Expiration of time match. First fall is history. Jarrett Dundee won it.
You have no money, so you don't care.
Pat
Very
Tanaka,
fair.
Paul
That's
Diamond, and downtown Bruno trying to even it up here.
It's just been a little bit too long since I've been over here visiting with you, Lance Russell. It's been a little bit too long. I thought I'd come over.
I haven't missed it a bit, Bruno.
Well, I tell you, the program has, and the public has, and the audience has. Wait a minute, wait. What's this? Wait a minute, what's with the fist there, huh? What's with the fist there? That's all this guy does. I do his cheek. Give me a break, huh? What's with the fist there? Oh, come on now. What's this, bionic elbow, something like that? No. Who's a little bit too smart for that? Hey, wait a minute. It's a good thing he ain't making his three-finger funky symbol, or I'd consider him still in downtown Bruno's funky strut. Because we know he couldn't make up an original idea. The man ain't had an original thought in his life. Here we go now. Prime time, baby. Paul Diamond. They're tagging in the kid, baby. Here he comes. Oh, come on. Double teaming, see. When our guys do it, they call it cheating. When they do it, they call it teamwork. It just ain't right, Lance Russell.
Well, Bruno, I think we've heard all of the downtown versions and conversations. Thank goodness he left and went back over to bother the referee. I feel sorry for the referee.
Now, there was double teaming. Bruno went over to distract the referee.
Well, what's Bill
Look at Diamond and Tanaka, both beating up on Jeff here. The referee is over and he says, hey, one at a time in here. Jeff Jarrett whipped into the rope.
Ooh,
Paul Diamond puts him down on the mat, counts one, and one is all he gets. Well, he got a 2 count, but just barely. Jeff kicked out of it.
If you haven't seen him, Hannibal did shoot interviews within the last month, I think, with both Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka.
The important thing is the 3 count did not fall.
Billy really getting the audience stirred up to get behind Jeff and see if he can pull him out of this little down period that he's in. He is digging.
I have a pair of like Hollywood Hogan wrestling pants that have they're not exactly lightning, but like he has, they're not blue tinged, but they're black with like white lightning.
For Dundee, Tanaka runs in the ring. There's a tag on Bill, but the referee didn't see it.
I'm not sure, Jack. I haven't seen Ruby hardly at all lately. Maybe she got like more hours or something.
And he is going to run him out. Crowd trying to say, yes, he did tag, but the referee didn't see it. He sends Dundee out. And I got to say in the referee's defense that Bill has been known to jump in there without a tag, so I can't blame him for being suspicious of it.
That's true, and the referee was doing his job and trying to keep either Tanaka or Diamond, not both, in there against Jeff Jarrett at the time.
Well, there was a big dispute. Yes, from a legal perspective, he did, for sure. There was a big, long, drawn-out thing about it, but yeah, by legal decisions, he acquired it from Abdullah the Butcher.
It's just one of those unfortunate things where all 1 million.
Yeah, I saw he got into a car crash. He didn't. I don't know. He doesn't look super messed up though. I don't think. I like the way he talks though. I like his interview style. Tell me, Pat Tanaka, when you were in Memphis, did you ever meet Jerry Lawler?
Million of us saw it, except the man that counted, and in that case, the referee. There's another tag. This time Dundee comes in. I don't know if the referee saw that one or not.
He didn't see it, Dave.
No, he's going to send it back. Oh.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
Dundee
that's going to
took
end it right
matters
there.
into his own hands.
Yeah,
He's
wants the
saying
belt.
ring it. Billy's got him disqualified.
Yeah, and he should have been disqualified.
Yeah.
For throwing the referee down. So Jeff and Bill are going to lose this fall on disqualification.
He got hot, grabbed a hold of the referee, threw him down, and then took off after everybody else. The one person he should have kept his hands off of was the referee, and it cost him the fall, so they're back to the starting point to even go.
It reminds me of Rob Feinstein when he used to do the actual interviewing for RF Video. He just had like a sheet basically, and he asked the same wrestlers the same questions. He even opened every interview by saying like, you know, an all-time, it was like, thank you for being here with a true superstar of the business or something like that. But it was like always the same shit.
Fall apiece, both by disqualification. We're going to take time out, check our time, and see if we have enough for another fall. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah, I mean, his interviews are okay.
Son of a gun, we checked the time. We just don't have enough to get them back in here. We got, around 80 seconds to go, and that's just not going to be enough. And it looks like it's going to wash. We just come out.
That's going to be a draw.
Yeah, with one disqualification. Another one good disqualification deserves another one. And that's what we ended up here. What a whale of a match. I knew both of us were sitting there talking about what a great match that was going to be when you had Tanaka and Diamond going against Dundee and Jeff Jarrett. What other action we had?
Hey, he's such a weird guy, too, Hannibal. Like that weird thing where he kept stabbing that referee.
Well, in the opening match of the day, we had Billy Travis and Mark Starr. And in this one, as I mentioned during the match, I thought it was all over. Mark Starr missed a drop kick and really missed it badly. And it looked at the time as though Keith Robertson and Jack Hart, Stretcher Jack Hart, were going to be shoe-ins to get the 3 count and win that match. And didn't happen that way, though. Mark got to the corner, tagged Billy Travis. Billy came in, took control. And in 3 minutes, 34 seconds, the team of Billy Travis and Mark Starr got the victory in that opening tag team match of the day.
Not that he needs any defense, but in Mark's defense of his drop kick a little bit earlier, boy, he unlaced one.
Didn't Moxley have a similar gimmick at one time? I keep thinking because Brian Last does a really good Hannibal, and he does a really good John Moxley, too. And I was thinking that Moxley had like a blood thing, something about blood with him.
On Jack Starr.
Boy, he got a great one.
Oh, beautiful.
That's true. Then the next match, it was Mr. Shima and Phil Hickerson. Unusual pairing, I grant you. And Phil Hickerson said it's strictly a business deal.
His thumbnails are so funny, too. He'll post a community post that'll say, like, this video got 100,000 views. I don't know why it got so many. And it'll be like the camera right up the chick's ass with like her tights riding up in her ass crack in the thumbnail.
Deal. I see wrestlers making the big bucks, want some championship belts. He said, will you be my partner?
Billy Travis, I'm not a fan
I told Joe Yamamoto
Travis.
I'd be glad to climb in the ring with Mr. Shima strictly as a business deal to get some championship belts and some big bucks. Well, they won their first match here today. Then Jeff Jarrett, Bill Dundee got a victory.
What do you guys think about that? The idea of a babyface who joins a tag team with a heel, but like is like, hey, I'm just here for business. I'm not down with this, whatever's going on. I'm just, I need a partner. This guy needs a partner. Like, what do you think? I don't think I've seen that tag team angle before that I can think of. I've seen like unwilling, or begrudging partners, but like a babyface working with a heel strictly, to secure a bag. I don't know.
In the first fall when downtown Bruno got his team disqualified, but in the second fall, Bill Dundee got upset, shoved the referee down. He got disqualified, so that expiration of time match does end up one fall apiece, a draw.
Oh, yeah. By golly, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to next week with the great action we had this week. We'll have some more of it, and Championship Wrestling will be right there in your living rooms, we hope. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
All right, here we go. So this is CWA Championship Wrestling out of Memphis, June 20th. So this is we're picking up right where the last episode left off. 1987, as seen by Evansville, Indiana television audiences, EFD, $306, please.
Everybody, Lance Russell and Dave Brown, and we're right along ringside, all ready to go with what is laid out as a great television show today, David.
Boy, I tell you, we're going to have Moondog Spot in here against Bucky Siegler. That's just the opening match of the day. Then, a little bit later on, are you ready for this one? Stretcher Jack Hart goes against Jeff Jarrett in another single match.
A lot of conversation.
So we've got a singles match between Jeff Jarrett and Barry Horowitz.
About that match.
Lawler and Dundee as a tag team will be here a bit later on. We have got another great single match. Tony Burton against Phil Hickerson. And if that's not enough, how about an 8-man tag team match? Mark Starr, Billy Travis, Rocky Johnson, and Big Bubba against Diamond, Tanaka, Tojo Yamamoto, and Mr. Shima. What a day, huh?
Don't say any more. We got to get into it. We got to get right on this program because it's going to be a dandy. We'll be back with action in just one moment.
Would you have been thrown out? Not unless you were like blocking people's view, probably, since they're never like on screen. Whether they'd let you have a sign at all at an arena show, I don't know. Somebody might try to start a fight with you over that. In this era.
Wrestling fans that do not know, let me share with you an incredible week of title happenings. The Southern Tag Team Champs, now Billy Travis and Mark Starr. The new Southern Heavyweight Champion, Jerry the King Lawler, beating Idol. And the new Mid-America Heavyweight Champion, Moondog Spot, who won it back. Bruno, what is this? You're walking out here, you got a limp, you got...
ATF Media, can we get a fart on his bone? The best part of this year's WrestleMania was Stone Cold. I saw Jim Cornette make a video about, or had a video review, or did a review of the video of him crashing into the barricade.
You got a walking cane. What happened?
I don't want to talk about it, Lance. It's just none of your business. I'd rather just not even talk about it. I don't know why you're trying to get in my personal life. Don't worry about it.
I didn't mean to offend you. We'll just move on and talk about the
I'll tell you exactly what it is, Lance Russell. That Big Bubba, you know, he got a lot of nerve chasing me all around the building, all over the place, in and out of the dressing room, around the ring, through the people and everything else. He got me running around so much I went and sprained the ankle there, and it's all Big Bubba's fault, Lance Russell. If you got to know, that's what happened. But it's none of your business anyhow, so I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I want to talk about I got me a Mid-America Heavyweight Champion, see. Everybody talks about how great Jeff Jarrett is, see. Well, look at all we've done to Jeff Jarrett. We took his Mid-America Heavyweight title. We beat up his daddy. We made him bleed from head to toe. We made him look like a fool. That's what we did, Lance Russell. You know, let me ask you a question.
Continental?
You know what?
Is that the CWF?
Jeff Jarrett embarrassed and humiliated his whole family and everybody. Where's Jerry Jarrett at?
Jerry does not happen to be here today.
Where's Eddie Moreland at?
It is one of those rare days where Eddie Marlin did not.
No, see, Jerry Jarrett and Eddie Marlin left the country because they're embarrassed. They're disgusted with Jeff Jarrett. That's what happened.
Oh, my
and now, just to try to make up for it, Jeff Jarrett signed for a bone on top of a pole match. That's the first time for a match like this here in this area. The Moondogs never lost a bone on top of a pole match. So, Jeff Jarrett, this is it for you. You thought you made him look bad once. You made him look like a fool this time because there's no way you're going to beat the Moondog. No way can you beat the Moondog in a
You
bone
just
on
may
top of a
find
pole
out
match.
what an athlete he is when it comes to that pole
He's
match.
no fighter. It's like Mama says, it beats that way sometimes.
Well, hobble up to the ring up there, Bruno.
Hey, we're going to. Bone on top of the pole.
Yeah.
They must just stay out of the country now.
I hear it all. Downtown Bruno Moondog Spot's got himself a match in the ring, so they'll be moseying on over as Bucky Siegler comes out. This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout. Out of Charleston, South Carolina, introducing Bucky Siegler and his opponent today. Parts unknown, representing the Downtown Connection, Moondog Spot with Bruno the manager.
Parts Unknown is probably the greatest place in the whole world. I've spent a lot of time there. Look at the... Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Look at this.
Don't worry about it. Let me just... No.
Could be two. He got a 2 count.
No problem. Hey, like I was saying, Parts Unknown is probably the greatest place in the whole world. I've spent a lot of time there, and I tell you what, look at the Moondog. He's the president of Parts Unknown. The greatest wrestler ever to come out of Parts Unknown.
I wonder why Mattel hasn't made Moondog figures. Like, they're very, like, action figure, like, visually they'd make a good action figure.
No, well, one of the greatest, maybe the greatest, and I'm going to tell you something. There's no way some goof from Charleston, South Carolina, like Bucky Siegler, can ever possibly beat a man like the Moondog from Parts Unknown. It's like Mama says, it beats that way sometimes. Look at the Moondog. Here's a man that's tough. Here's a man that's bad. Look at that karate kick. Look at this guy. Nothing phases him. Nothing hurts him. This is a man with the Mid-American Heavyweight title. This is a man that can beat anybody he steps in the ring with. This is a man with a calcium deficiency and a medulla oblongata of the brain. This is a man that can't be beat. Look at this, Lance Russell. Yeah.
Moondog. Power slam.
Baby. It's a Moondog slam. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Good squash match.
Well, the mighty Moondog did, in fact, do a number on Bucky Siegler in there in just over a minute and 20 seconds as Bucky Siegler started out fast, but the Moondog was able to get a hold of him, put the pin after the big power slam. He is the winner. We're going to take time out. Be back with plenty of action yet to go. By golly, I'll tell you what, Wednesday night is going to be something else in the Evansville Coliseum. When I tell you that this Las Vegas roulette match that's going to be taking place with
Las Vegas roulette match?
And Rich and Lawler and Dundee is spectacular. Can you imagine? Big 10-foot poles tied around all ring posts. On top is a box of each and every one of the poles. In only one of the boxes will there be a coal miner's glove. If you can get up there, guess the right box, bring it down, look out. Idle and Rich had these comments.
They want it to be kept real simple. It's just this simple. Evansville, Indiana, the end of the war. This Wednesday night, the end of the war of the century.
We're wrestling two simpletons. You said the word right, brother.
Right.
Simple. Because we're wrestling two simpletons, and I couldn't believe it when I got the phone call and the promoter said, I just told Tommy Rich, and he didn't believe it either. That's right. And I said, tell me again, did Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee really sign the contract? And he said, yes, it's signed, it's sealed, and all you got to do deliver, brother. And we're just like the man, brother. We deliver. Ice, rain, sleet, snow, don't make no difference. So let's make sure we got the thing right. Let's make sure everybody understands the rules. Let's make sure they know what they're getting into. You take 4 ring posts, you put them up in the air about 20 feet high, and on each top of each post, you put a box. And in one of those boxes, there's going to be a coal miner's glove. And across the...
Now, he did a better job, I think. I think he explained it better than the other guy did.
Knuckles, there's going to be nothing but solid lead, Jack. And whoever's the one who gets the box, Jack, gets the glove. And whoever gets gets the glove gets to beat those two buffoons.
Well, there's two on a pole matches. There's the coal miner's glove in a box on a pole match, and then we have the bone on a pole match. So I think they figured if we're going to put the pole up, let's go ahead and, let's really go for it.
Those two simpering twins in a submission. And I can promise you one thing. Me and my man, we spend all our lives in Las Vegas, brother. Ain't nothing we like better, right, Tom?
I want all the fast right there. Every fast food in Evansville, Indiana, come down, baby. Because we're going to put them down. We're going to get the glove.
Tommy Rich's promo style is how I wish I could just communicate in the world, like in every encounter.
Well, that were unpleasant words for Jeff, as the title did go back to Moondog Spot. He may be down for a second, but believe me, the young man is no way from being out in there, and you've still got a lot of time to hear from him. Jeff?
So much Jeff Jarrett.
Talking about the situation, the title change that took place with Spot getting the belt back. I know it's a little disheartening, but certainly isn't going to take you out of action.
No, it sure isn't, Lance. I'm not going to be out of action, that's for sure. There's a few things I want to talk about today. The first thing, Lance, I've been wrestling a little over a year, and the success I've had, getting a little cotton mouth, the success I've had, owe it all to the people.
Well,
I've told you before, I've told the people before, be it the Mid-America belt, the Southern Tag belt, or the Rookie of the Year honors. I owe it all to the people, because without the people, as you know, I've talked about this before in the...
Imagine Savvy Guy coming out in the Heroes of Wrestling reboot, telling everybody, listen up, everybody. What I thought would be a good topic, a good subject for this presentation is... I mean, every time the crowd would just be right there with him.
Ring, when you're in the ring and the pressure's on and you got the people behind you, it gives you that extra...
No, that was like 2 weeks ago when he lost the Loser Leaves Town match and then just never left.
Boost of energy, a kick out on that 1-2.
Which, by the way, we should have known because, well, being 40 years later, there's nothing we could do about it, but Billy Travis did the same thing. Remember, they said if he got unmasked as BT Express and it was revealed to be him, then he had to leave town. And they were just like, no, he's not going to leave town, and that was it.
Or to get a little bit higher on that drop kick. The people, I owe it all to the people, the success I've had. And while we're talking about the fans, there's another thing I want to talk about. Every time I talk to the fans, they say, when are you going to get rid of Jack Hart?
You want that hair?
When are you going to have your match with him?
Yeah, he's been out here and right here on TV made a lot of comments about you and called you some unpleasant names.
He's run me down on TV. He's beat up my good friend Randy Hales right here on TV, and he's beat up Eddie Marlin.
Last night. I saw him straight.
Now, Jack Hart, I could have signed a match in some arena because every night he challenges me. But instead, I wanted the match right here today on TV.
All right,
and we're gonna find out just how tough you are, Jack Hart. And the third thing, Lance, the most important thing is, I got a match coming up this week, the Bone on the Pole, and that's against the Moondog. Now, I'm not selling him short because the Moondog is a tough customer.
See, I haven't seen that, J Dummy. I've only seen him as he sucks to me as a babyface, but as a heel, maybe I need to see his heel work. I have very limited Billy Travis exposure. I remember him as a ref, I think.
But as you know, every time the Moondog's beat me, it's been with that Bone right there in the ring. In the arena, every time he's beat me, it's with the Bone. So this week, the Bone on the pole, the Bone's going to be about 10 or 15 feet up in the air, tied on top of the pole. We're going to find out how tough he is when the deck is a little bit.
Well, the situation is that every time he has it on a pole every week, but it's his pole in his corner. That's with right. Bruno over there. This time, neutral territory. Right. Be up a pole and find out the way you can go. I believe you can get up that pole faster
I
than
believe
you can.
too, man.
Okay. Good luck with your match with Jack Hart. That'll be an interesting. We'll see Jeff Jarrett heading to the ring right now. And we've got a dandy coming up because this is one that's had some building to it as Jack Hart has constantly been challenging Jeff Jarrett to a match, and Bald Angelly now comes out. There's the stretcher heading up into the ring, and we're ready for the introduction.
Stretcher Jack Hart out of St. Petersburg, Florida, 227 pounds, and out of Nashville, Tennessee, 190 pounds, Jeff Jarrett. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
It's about time we got this punk in the ring.
I like that blonde chick that danced in the cage, Lollipop.
Oh, he's dangerously.
Look at Hart start off, Davey, pounding him right from behind, rips him with a right hand. He looks like he is primed and ready for Jarrett.
Oh, I think you're right. He grabbed Jeff immediately.
Oh, man, I like that.
Immediately took the offensive.
Whip across the ring. Jeff over the top. Big shoulder. Good momentum. And again, using that spring off of the ropes, he nails Hart with a big right. And look at Dangerly. Dangerly down on the floor where Jeff tagged him. But Hart takes advantage of the opportunity and right back after Jarrett.
Hart raking his fingernails across Jeff's back and then grabs him by the hair, slammed his head into the mat.
Oh, did you see that? Held leg drop.
Stretcher Jack Hart.
Yes,
Jeff Jarrett, backbreaker across the knee.
Yeah, Jarrett's drop kick is sick.
Cover one. Two. He's not going to make that stick for a 3 count. Still a lot of fight left in Jeff Jarrett. Count 2 and again.
68-pound man. That's real fast.
Stay off the ring.
That girl in TNA, Lollipop 2, man, the cameramen were such gooners back in those days, and we're getting like the craziest box shots. And
it won't happen, Paul.
Got a chair there, especially for him to be seated in, and he would not be in that difficulty. Jeff Jarrett battling back. Oh, wow. He ran full speed into a clothesline, held out there by Stretcher Jack Hart.
Kind of exchange clotheslines right there as they both nailed each other, and both of them are back up. Jarrett going with a right hand. The referee's telling him, open up the fist. I don't think he heard him.
No, I think he listened to the crowd. The crowd said, pop him. Well, Jeff moves out of the way, and Stretcher Jack Hart goes into the turnbuckle. That upset Paulie Dangerly. Look at that drop kick. Jeff from half.
Wait, is Ron Fuller the one that was that had the Southern Plantation owner gimmick?
Way across the ring, a count of 1, 2, look out, the Moondog and the Bone.
Oh, he got him.
That'll be a disqualification.
Oh, man. I was like, oh, my God, Barry Horowitz lost. That was an interesting feeling of being, like, shocked. But they didn't count the
Moondog with a Bone poking Jeff right in the midsection. Jeff had him beat. He had him beat after that drop kick off the second rope. But the Moondog came roaring in. Jeff wins the match, but not the way he wanted to by the count. And again, the Moondog, crazy son of a gun. Here comes Jim Jamison, who is greeted by Jack Hart as Jim came through the rope. Jeff Jarrett down on the floor. Billy Travis, Mark Starr,
and
a chair. Yeah.
And Shane Douglas.
Bringing the third ingredient of that tag team in as they run out. Jack Hart
and
the Moondog.
Oh, he did it. He patted himself on the back. Did you see it?
Jeff will be the winner. Disqualification on it. We've got plenty of action, and we'll be back to it in just a moment.
I'm such a moment. I marked out for the back. Back.
I tell you, Wednesday night, you are going to love the entire card coming up at the Evansville Coliseum. Not only that sensational Las Vegas roulette match, you've also got the special challenge match with John Paul going against former referee Brickhouse Brown. Then a wrestler's choice match when Rocky Johnson, Tojo Yamamoto. It'll be a judo jacket match followed by a boxing match. Then a 6-man elimination with Big Bubba Billy, Travis Mark Starr against Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka, and Downtown Bruno. Bone on the pole match with the Moondog and Jeff Jarrett going at it. And the final one is going to be that Las Vegas roulette match. Now, we've got the 4 poles, the 4 boxes, and 1 coal miner's glove. You guess the right pole, you're able to get up it. You can use that glove in the ring when Idle and Rich, Dundee and Lawler meet. Las Vegas roulette match. First time ever in the Evansville Coliseum. Believe me, you're going to have to see it to believe it. Come on out there Wednesday night. See you.
What a card.
You know, everybody takes
shots at the referee, and I guess the easiest thing in the world is take a cheap shot at a referee and umpire or something. I think you have too, but we're going to let you recap a situation involving Brickhouse Brown as a referee. And you make up your own mind. I won't prejudice before you see this recap. Let's take a look at it. Slips into a standing side headlock on Lawler. Wham! He nailed him a good one. That will not be forgotten. You can bet on that. Lawler's telling him, you're getting on me about opening my fist up. What about him? He just ripped my chin apart with that fist.
As soon as I walked away, I heard the disconnect sound. Is it still going? It looks okay.
Lawler and Shima tie it back up.
Who's that guy? Is that Phil Hickerson? My match would be I forgot to show up, so I had to tell the promoter that I got held hostage in a shack in the woods.
Broke the hold because Hickerson was yelling he pulled his hair. We've got all four, and the match is totally out of hand right now. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds. Lawler shortstops the kendo stick. Nails Shima. The referee sees him, and he's going to call a disqualification on that. The referee will disqualify Lawler and Dundee in this match. The winner's 9:36, Shima and Hickerson.
That's actually a pretty big win for this weird hybrid tag team over Lawler and Dundee.
Brickhouse Brown got himself in a lot of trouble as he's in there. He pushed Lawler. He's totally out of line. But Lawler may end up.
I am the real life reincarnation of Buddy Landell. I just no-show the world title match.
Getting himself fined. Very unhappy crowd, and with reason.
Uh-oh, Brickhouse has had enough.
Brickhouse strips his referee's attire off. He threatened Lawler and pulled his shirt off. As far as I'm concerned, that takes him right out of the category of being a referee.
Oh, shit. You wish you were black and tall. Oh my God, what a mess.
Jeff Jarrett. The 10-minute time limit has
Oh, listen to this atmosphere.
Time limit is up. This bout is a draw as the 10-minute time period has run out. There will be a flip of the coin. It must be decided tonight.
Tojo Yamamoto. Who's he up against here, Jarrett?
Nails Idol.
Oh, that was
once
Rich.
again.
Or was that Idol?
The referee stops the action, steps in on Lawler, and starts reaming him for using the fist. The same thing Idol just got away with. And Idol rips him. Oh, and Brickhouse catches Lawler's arm. Idol nails him right back.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like before it was kind of like we just had that one kind of fan cam angle.
Into a pile driver on Lawler. Drives him down. Drops with an elbow. There is no referee in the ring. Dangerly brings a chair around to Idol while the King is
Man, that makes a world of difference, doesn't it, having that hand cam down there?
Lawler moved just in time. Again.
Man, I'd be heated if I was there.
Idol says, hold it thus. And Lawler's head slammed into that chair. But there's no referee, so it's a cinch he can't count him out.
Man, that's good.
13 and a half minutes passed in this championship match. Idol, the Southern heavyweight holder. Here's Jerry Calhoun in his street clothes, comes into the ring, and Idol says, what are you doing? Calhoun says, I'm here to referee.
His name's not on the contract. Get him out of the ring, Lawler.
And Idol starts pushing him around. Look at this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh,
okay, now, you saw a series of events in there that involved Brickhouse Brown as a referee in there.
Well, that's upsetting.
For you to make your decision about. There's always two sides to the story, and I want to give Brickhouse an opportunity to come on out here and join us, Brickhouse. So if you'll step right over here for me. Slide right over here, if you would, Brickhouse. Before we get in, he nails Jerry Lawler right there. Bang. As we went away, you can see they finished it off. He nails Lawler with a clothesline. Lawler is down on the mat, and it's on the record. There it is.
First of all, let me say one thing right now. Lawler is not the Southern heavyweight champion, okay? Austin Idol.
And he's not the Southern heavyweight champion.
I disqualified Lawler.
Okay.
I told Lawler, if he put his hands on me again during the match, which he had been doing the whole time, I would disqualify him.
Oh, man,
he
that
touched
lady
me
was
again,
mad.
I end the match. I told the timekeeper to ring the bell, and he stood up there like an idiot and didn't ring the bell. So I had to do whatever I had to do to make sure that the match was ended.
So you saying the match was stopped before Lawler got...
Hey, Lawler had been breaking rules during the whole match, pushing and shoving me, and you don't put your hands on a referee, okay?
True.
I had to disqualify him, and I wish somebody would bring the belt so I can get back to the rightful owner, which is Austin Idol.
Yeah, fine chance of that. I just don't believe that's going to happen.
Well, first of all, Lance, let me explain something to you right now anyway. The deal is, see, when I came here, I compiled a good record.
Yeah, that's
10
a good
straight
promo.
victories, you understand what I'm saying? Undefeated. And all of a sudden...
Just like right out of the gate in this first promo, like he's completely different than everybody else in the company. Like even his promo, like delivery style is different.
I get the decision that they're not going to extend my contract. They don't want me as a wrestler anymore. But they tell me...
Oh, man, the heat.
But they tell me that I can be an official. Let me tell you something, Lance. I spent a lot of money to move my family here, okay? So I had no choice. But I made the decision, whatever I do the best of my ability. Now, I've signed for a series of matches to officiate here all over the mid-southern area. And I know a lot of you are not going to like what I do. But I call it the way I see it, Lance.
Well, look, that's what people are looking for. But some of the events that took place in their Brickhouse, I got to tell you, I personally even find them suspect. Now,
oh, he's got stonewashed jeans on top of everything else.
You
Those
can't make
white.
everybody happy, okay?
I thought they were
You're going to have
stonewashed.
some that's winning. You're going to have some that's losing. And usually, It's the losers that give you the sob story. And in this case, it happens to be Jerry Lawler.
Sob
You
story.
understand?
Well, I understand perfectly exactly why he was mad, too.
Okay, well then, I mean, if I'm an official and he don't respect me in the ring as the third party, I have no recourse but to do exactly what I did. And I won't hesitate to do it again, Lance, whatever I see fit possible, because, see, I'm going to be refereeing all over here, so whether you like it or not.
I want to clarify something right now, Brickhouse.
Man,
it is
he's
my
good with
understanding
the crowd,
that
too.
the promotion has said you are no longer going to be a referee following the event.
Great vibe.
That is my understanding of exactly what the
Let me just tell you
promotion
something
said.
right now. Look, there's no way that I'm going to let them get away with that, you understand? First, they tell me they didn't want me as a wrestler. But, yeah, you can be a referee here for troubleshooting matches. So I took the job, and I do it to the best of my ability. And now you're telling me they don't want me as a
He's
referee
believable.
either.
Like, I
My
believe he
understanding
believes
from the
this
promotion,
stuff.
they don't want you refereeing here.
Well, let me tell you something right now. I have a series of matches on the contract through the AWA, and regardless of what they think, I'm going to be refereeing.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to continue to call it the way I see fit.
Well, there may be just a slight difference of opinion about it. Yeah, Randy. Now, did I understand?
We
Oh, boy,
explained to
here
you
comes the
before,
FD.
Brickhouse, you can forget about refereeing. Everybody saw that tape, and we saw how you refereed. You
Right
can
now,
forget about
Flunky,
refereeing.
you the one that had me call you late at night to give me the decision that they didn't want me as a wrestler anymore. So now you waltz out here and tell me I'm not going to referee?
We offered you a contract to referee. Everybody saw exactly how you refereed. Everybody saw the tape.
That's not gonna hold up in
Brickhouse.
court.
You're not going to referee.
Let me tell you something right now. I call it the way I see it. My decision stands in the ring. Isn't that right? An AWA official makes a decision.
I'm not
it
making a
stands,
decision
right?
for the
Not the
AWA.
keyboard
They
player.
You're not an AWA referee. You're not a referee for Jarrett Promotion. You're finished as a referee. We have you booked to wrestle, but you're not going to referee any place. And
You're
that's
honoring
final.
the time contract. They put an added match on there so that you can finish it out wrestling.
Well,
Now, that's the situation.
I tell you what, I'm going to have my referee's uniform, and I'm going to show you just as good as I can stand here and tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to call the matches around here. I'm going to continue to officiate the best way that I know how.
Now this is really good. They've literally come out and told him just straight up, you're not refereeing anymore. If you want to fight, you can fight, whatever. And he's like, look, I am going to referee here, whether you like it or not.
He may have
Great
an opinion
segment.
about it also, Brickhouse.
Now look at this
I
outfit.
would not extend
The
the,
Banana
argument
King.
anymore if I were you. He's saying he's going to continue to referee.
Well, let me
Black
tell you one
Hebrew
thing.
Israelites.
First of all, as you can see right here, I am the Southern Heavyweight Champion, whether you like it or not. And second of all, I ought to punch your stinking lights out right now.
Oh.
Now you think that you're going to come out here and run your mouth and tell everybody what you're going to do? This man told you and this man told you that you're not a referee around here anymore. And I'll tell you what I'm going to tell you right now. This week, when you go out to this arena, I'm going to make sure that I get there at 8 o'clock. Because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. If you have your little referee shirt on, and the first time that you crawl in that ring, I don't care if it's the first match, second match, or what match it is.
He's getting
Listen to
mad.
me, boy. The first time you crawl in that ring, I'm going to be right behind you, and I'm going to kick your foot all over that
Hey,
arena.
let me tell you something right now. I got your boy. You understand? And like I'm going to tell you, like
I
I
got
tell
your
everybody
boy.
else, you got to bring some to get some, Jerry.
Let's
Lawler.
go.
I'll be there, and I'll bring it, brother. You step in the ring, and I'm going to be right behind you. And like I said, I'll
Wow.
kick your foot all over that arena.
Well, that situation, I think, is taken care of. He is not a referee. Right. Okay.
Wrestling.
We've got a match
Amazing.
coming up where the King and the
Woo.
Superstar are going to be involved.
Man, that's good
Maybe
shit.
we can get away from standing out here arguing about things. Maybe we can.
So everybody's worked up after that promo. Lot of everybody's heated. So now they're gonna let Lawler and Dundee just completely crush Rough and Ready. Or what if Rough and Ready gets a win through interference? Can you imagine? Oh my God!
Can get some action going in the ring.
Yes, sir. And the referee of this one's going to be Jerry Calhoun, too. Here come the opponent.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
No, it is not going to be Brickhouse. That's the point. Rough and ready, stepping through the ring apron, or through the ring ropes. Lawler and Dundee jumping them.
How rude. Jumping the
The
jobbers.
King and the Superstar against Rough and Ready. All four of them in the ring. Boss Winter is livid. He can't believe it. Lawler and Dundee grabbed Rough and Ready even before the opening bell sounded. They're both up on the middle rope.
There, now they
double
go.
smash. A double cover. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, thank God. I'm all right. My anxiety's back down.
We're talking about a match that has just lasted 18 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Lawler, the King, the Superstar, Bill Dundee, getting total victory here over Rough and Ready.
Yeah, I think that...
I'll never forget when he was wrestling Memphis Vice and somebody came out and hit him, and the Memphis Vice got like a clean pinfall victory over the King on TV.
Lawler was a little hot after his confrontation with Brickhouse, and he was ready to get it on. Both of them got it on in a hurry. And a tough couple of guys to go against. Normally, when they're hot, they are mean to go against. We'll take time out. We've got more
There's
action
that guy
coming
we
up.
never
We'll
hear
be to it in
about,
just a moment.
their manager. Is it though?
Okay, we got some more action coming up here in just a moment. Phil Hickerson, Tony Burton in a single match. It'll be coming along. And don't forget, spectacular 8-man tag match. It'll be coming up toward the end of the show. Tojo Yamamoto, Phil Hickerson. Tojo, if we can get you over on this side, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Well, I see you got the war, man.
It's a present from Tojo, man.
Let me tell you something, Lance Russell. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to form a new company. And the new company is going to be called the Imperial Japanese Wrestling Corporation. And I tell you what, I'm going to hire Mr. Shima and also Mr. Phil Hickerson. Mr. Phil Hickerson is going to be my head security, and he's going to be my head bodyguard. Mr. Phil Hickerson's son, he's going to be my Yakuza.
Phil Hickerson's son.
Your Yakuza.
You know, one thing about it, man, this guy don't tell no lies. You know, when he called me on the phone, he told me, he says, he's going to give me all this money. Well, he gave me the money, and on top of that, he gave me 5 geisha girls laid up down in that apartment in Jackson right now, brother.
Wow.
Cater to every need I need, brother. So this man is don't tell no lies. So let me tell you something. I am charged of security. I'm going to be his #1 bodyguard. Let me tell you, there's the reason he picked me. It's because several years right there in Jackson at the water hole, brother, I have beat some brains out, and there ain't nobody any better than security than me. So when you see Tojo, you better start looking for me, because I'm going to take care of this man, because he's definitely taking care of me. So what it boils down to is Tony Burton. He's giving the man here some trouble. Well, I'm going to take care of him
Tony
today,
Burton is
right
fucked.
now. So what more can I say?
Well,
Why don't you come on down this afternoon and get you a nice massage from all these geisha girls? They're great, boy. Woo, I love it. I love it.
Phil Hickerson, unbelievable.
Japanese girls, man. These American girls ain't nothing. These Japanese girls now, boy. Let me tell you that.
Man.
Tojo Yamamoto, who's bought himself
What about we'll call Phil Hickerson Yokozuna.
a new head of security for the
Head of
Japanese
security, Phil
Imperial
Hickerson.
Wrestling Company.
With a capital I for
That's what
some
he said,
reason.
all right.
Well, we got a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match here. Tony Burton out of
We'll have a
Nashville,
watch on
Tennessee, going against, from Jackson, Tennessee, Phil Hickerson. 1-fall, 15-minute
I saw that
time
ACF.
limit. And here we go.
That was kind of neat.
Hickerson, Burton, both large. Hickerson, of course, is larger. But boy, oh boy, it's amazing.
That
how
made me
fast this guy
irrationally
is.
happy,
As
I
we've
think.
said no less than 400 times for the
Really,
size.
I
It
achieved
is,
a
though.
real
It's
level of
incredible.
clarity during
Incredible
that.
to watch him.
He is very quick.
Well, one thing I'll say about Hickerson, he didn't make any bones or tell any lies. He said, he paid me the money and I'm doing the job. The thought went through my mind, that's another way of saying when he was talking about taking on Burton, Tojo couldn't take care of the job, so he got somebody else to do his fighting for him.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a large one in Phil Hickerson.
Telling the referee, hip tossed him, hooked the arm, hip tossed him right on over. Oh, wait a minute. Phil digging in his trunks. Going after a chain is what it is. We can see it from here.
No doubt about it. He's got a chain wrapped around his right hand.
Crowd starting to buzz about it. Yeah, now the group back over here, they can see it plain enough.
All right, Tojo has the referee distracted. Hickerson after Burton.
I'm switching to Barry Bonds.
They're back on the rope there. He's got it wrapped around his neck. He's choking him with it.
Yeah, he's choking him with the chain.
You could see it right there. No doubt about it.
Chain has more than one use. And Hickerson exploiting one of them as he choked Tony Burton. The referee's on him now. Look at Yamamoto. Oh,
threw
salt
powder
in
in his eyes. Yeah.
Powder or salt right in the eyes of Tony Burton.
I would have never
from
expected that from
Yamamoto.
Tojo.
Hickerson wheels him down, rolls him up 1, 2, 3. They get a cheap pin on Tony Burton.
Boy, that was just... what a match there. I mean, Hickerson had the chain. Referee was about to take that away from him.
Alabama.
Tojo threw salt in Burton's eyes.
Look at this, Dave.
There's the soul man, Rocky Johnson. He's going to have a word
Rocky
with the referee
Johnson.
and explain what happened. But you can see the salt over here on the ring.
Rocky Johnson coming the referee.
Shit. Oh, come on, man.
Oh, look at Rocky. Got that kendo stick.
What did Tojo ever do to anybody?
Shiva with a kendo stick. He is tattooing Rocky.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Hickerson holds him. Shiva jabbing him with the end of that kendo stick. And now it's over to Burton where Yamamoto drilling him. Hickerson holding Johnson. And here comes Billy Travis, Mark Starr.
I miss the
They've
Beach
got a
Twins.
kendo stick.
I think about
and
them
the
a lot.
ring clears of Yamamoto, Hickerson, and Shima.
I can't really
but
remember
not before
anything about
both
him, though.
Rocky Johnson and Tony Burton take kind of a beating in there.
Yeah, they sure did. It's amazing, though, how quickly Tojo and Hickerson could get out of there, and Shima when they were outnumbered. 2 minutes, 10 seconds, the time on the actual match. The victory, I'm afraid, is going to go to Hickerson because he did get the pin on Tony Burton, even though you saw how it was accomplished.
We've still got an
Rocky
8-man tag
Johnson is
match
so
coming
funny.
up.
I like
we'll
his
be back
body
to it
type,
in just
too.
a few minutes.
Mill Masters. Like a buff Mill Masters.
Las Vegas roulette match. By golly, we've already told you 4 poles, 4 boxes, and 1 glove. Bill Dundee, Jerry Lawler going against Austin Idol and Tommy Rich. Bill, you not only got to get up the pole, you got to get up the right one, and son of a gun, find the glove.
That's right. Now, Austin Idol tells you he lives on the edge. That's what he does. He's a gambler. He lives with Lady Luck all the time. Well, I hope she's with you that night, brother. Well, I really don't. I hope she's with the king and the superstar, because there's 1 glove, and only 1 guy can get up the pole and get it. And you got to pick the right box, boy. And when you get down there, you bust the other guy.
You make sure you pick the right box, guys.
Tell him, King.
Well, everybody knows, Lance, what a coal miner's glove looks like. That's that big, heavy glove with pieces of lead sewn right across the knuckles. And when you put that glove on and you hit somebody in the face with it or in the head with it, it's going to split them wide open. And that's the only way the match can end. When somebody's covered with blood, then it's stopped. But the interesting thing about this match is who's going to get the glove. Just like you said, Bill, he likes to claim that he's from Vegas. He likes to claim that he's a gambler. Well, it'll just like Bill said, Lady Luck better be with you, Austin Idol, because if Bill and I go up that right pole, and if we happen to get that glove, I can promise you, we're not going to be content with just busting one of you. We're going to grab all 3 of you. That's Idol, Rich, and Dangerly, and we're going to bust everybody in sight. Is that a promise or not?
That's a promise, brother. So I just hope you come on down there, Paulie Dennis. Oh, we know you ain't going to climb up no pole, because we're going to get the glove, brother, and we're going to make you promise to all you folks out there.
I think somebody pointed this out to me last time, and I've been really listening for it. He is the only one who calls him Paul Dangerously. Everybody else calls him Danger Lee. He says Dangerously versus Dangerly.
If the king and the superstar get it, you're going to see the 3 of them busted, because the king don't like him, and I don't like him.
One of the exciting things about this match, though, and it's got to be frustrating, you climb up there, you open a box, and there's nothing inside of it. Now, 3 of them are going to have nothing in it.
I never really looked at it that way, Lancer, but the way you put it, I guess it is. It'll be very disappointing if you get up there, get the box down, or you get it open at the top of the pole and there's nothing in it, because somebody may be scooting up the other one that's got the right glove. But that's the chances you got to take. I guess that's why they call it Las Vegas roulette.
Yeah.
That's Lady Luck. The man's winding us up, Lancer, so you see you nice folks in Evansville.
Wednesday, you got to be out there and see it.
In Evansville, Indiana.
Okay, we're going to be in the ring with the 8-man tag match.
Man, what a great angle that was with
Coming out
Brickhouse
right now,
Brown.
a couple
though.
of guys that I want to be sure and give the congratulations to. Billy Travis, Mark.
And that Brickhouse Brown angle took place while he's already in, like, Lawler's already in the main event angle with somebody else. Like, I like that they don't clean one up before getting into the next one.
Mark Starr and Big Bubba. Mark, how about slipping right over and you all stay on that side of me over there. The new AWA Southern Tag Champions. And I golly, you deserve to have those titles.
You know, Lance, we're surprised as you are. We didn't know we were going to win these belts, but we fought hard. You can call it luck or whatever you want, but we're the champions, and we'll defend these belts.
It was tough, and you guys survived it and got the belts.
A lot of good teams in that tournament, but like I said, Lance, we'll defend these belts, and, you know, we're going to come to the towns early. We like to meet all the nice folks, but we're the champions.
Okay, you got a 6-man elimination match coming up.
Yeah, we sure do, Lance. You know, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and watch us win these titles. We started it, and as you see, we finished it, and we're going to be defending these titles all over the states. I'd like everybody to come out and watch us. Big Bubba's got something to say.
That's right, yeah. I'll tell you what, Lance, I want to talk about big downtown Bruno there. Everybody knows what happened last time we got him inside of an arena. And that's the fact that I chased that sucker all over the building. I don't claim to be no track star at 400 pounds. Okay, so in the inevitable, I didn't catch the guy, okay? But let me tell you something. This time it's a 6-man elimination tournament. And let me tell you, I have 2 super partners here in Mark and Billy. And let me tell you, when I get them inside the ring there, we're going to take care of Paul Diamond. We're going to take care of Pat Tanaka. And who's that leave left, huh? Downtown Bruno. And I'm sure between
They don't
3
really
of
matter,
us,
though. You know what I mean?
You know, that we
like,
can
there's
catch
not
the
a lot of
little worm,
emphasis
you know?
on the
But
belts.
let me tell you something. I got to tell something to Bruno there.
I also
don't
think
care
they
if
just
it's
make
down here
them
on
up
Union Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee.
as needed,
I don't
except for
care
a couple
if
of
he's
them.
up there in Martin Luther
What's
King
up, Randy?
Boulevard in Louisville. I don't care if it's in Times Square in New York. I don't care. I'm going to get you little scraggly, pimply-faced, prickle-headed, ugly little dog-fed body, and just going to squeeze the life out of it. You understand, right back? So I'll prepare, because I got 2 partners here, and we're going to take care of business.
Lance, we might get him today.
Today's going to be a
Today.
doggone good match.
We're
Well,
gonna
I'll
get
tell
him
you
today,
for a
Lance.
fact, we got an 8-man, and
Star
what
Travis
time that
Johnson
we
above
have
that.
left.
Ooh, this is a stack match.
We saw
Tojo's
the new
even
Southern
wrestling.
Tag Champs and heard from Big Bubba. He may not have caught him, but he left a little damage because Bruno sprained his ankle. He's walking with a walking stick now. In the ring, Star, Travis, Big Bubba, Rocky Johnson will be joining them. Here comes Diamond, Tanaka, Shima,
Jeff Jarrett won, shocker.
and Tojo Yamamoto. Here he comes, David. I did all the introductions right
Man,
now.
8-man tag.
I'm sorry.
You got all of them. That's all right.
Got carried away with this action. Been looking forward to it.
The total weight on one side is 889 pounds. That would be Diamond, Tanaka, Yamamoto, and
889.
Shima. On the other side, it's considerably more. It's 1,137 pounds. But on that other side, you can see out on the ring apron, Big Bubba. He says
Combined
he weighs
weights
in at 407.
for ATF Media.
It's a sizable amount of weight for his team right from the beginning. Let's see who's starting. Shima is starting against Mark Starr. Rocky Johnson and Big Bubba and Billy Travis out on the apron on one side. Paul Diamond, Tojo, and
Let's
Pat
get
Tanaka
Rocky
on the
Johnson.
other.
Between Bubba and Rocky Johnson, you got enough for a normal 6-man team right there. Because Rocky, though he is trimmed down, he weighs in at 275. He told me. He said he was really happy about that. He had gotten his weight down from when he was participating in powerlifting. He was up over 300 pounds to be exact.
2 of the smaller men for each team starting this one. Shima up in the air and body slam by Mark Starr. He jumped back to his feet and Starr slammed him again. Over to the corner, the tag made. Pat Tanaka coming in. Tanaka against Starr. Mark Starr very wisely says, come on, referee, I don't want to wrestle him in his corner. Let's See if we can invite him out to the center of the square here.
Let's get some wrestling going on here.
Back in a neutral corner with an arm drag out of there. Tanaka had the hold put on him, and he immediately started yelling at the referee that he had his hair pulled. I didn't see it. Mark Starr back to the corner, makes the tag. Here's Billy Travis. Travis takes over where his partner Mark Starr left off. Fires Tanaka into the rope. Look at him grab him, come off of there, and drop him to the mat. He's got a cover. Can't make it stick past the 1 count, and there was movement over in his corner. Help was on the way. Diamond and Shima
We
both
have like
ready
5
to jump
minutes
in
for this
there,
match, and he's putting an
Neil
arm bar
Kelly
on
in the
him,
back of
an
the head
8-man
to stop a
tag.
3 count if they had to.
Nifty move by Travis on Tanaka just a minute ago, Dave.
Very well-balanced move. Shows you some of the talent of Billy Travis. And one reason he and Mark Starr are the Southern Tag Team Champions right now. This is Paul Diamond, tough Canadian.
Yeah, he's still a heel.
All the tools to be a great, legitimate wrestler. But as we have said in weeks past, he just started running around with the wrong crowd, primarily downtown Bruno. Who, by the way, is not at ringside here.
Oh, interesting.
That's true.
He's back nursing that sprained ankle he's got, I assume.
Billy Travis, little half twist on the arm.
We are running out of time on our expiration of time match.
Oh, look at him go. Oh, Paul Diamond, give him a good move there as he got Billy Travis on the way by. Picks Travis up. Oh, Travis reverses it. And body slams Paul Diamond. Another slam by Billy
Memphis
Travis.
mid-card,
Drops
piece
down
of
with the
crap.
arm. Shoulders are down. Count
Sounds like a
that.
Stone Cold promo.
One. Shima jumped in. Only a 1 count by Billy Travis. To the corner. He takes Diamond, rams his head into the turnbuckle.
Oh, here we go.
Measured. Here comes the big guy. Here's Big Bubba.
Bubba against drug addict Paul Diamond.
Diamond, victim of the clothesline. He
Victim
turned
of
him
the
a half
clothesline.
Oh, look who's just arrived.
You had to mention it.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I had
God.
a big ocean mouse, big Bubba out here running his mouth earlier. You know what I mean? He's nothing but a big fat slob. He don't know nothing. He wouldn't be nothing without me. You understand, Dave Brown? You too, Lance Russell. You understand me?
Yeah, I hear what
He
you're
wouldn't have
saying.
been nothing without me. That's what he don't know.
Here comes Bubba. He's looking for him. Oh, there goes Bruno.
Goes Bruno.
And Bubba forgets all about the 8-man that's going underway. And he just takes off. Chasing downtown Bruno.
Look at Rocky
Johnson in the ring now with Paul Diamond. Neil Shima goes after Tanaka. And everybody comes
He's
into
doing like the
ring.
big wind-up punch on people.
Back in the dressing room, Bubba's got it back here beating the door down. He's going crazy. I don't know where Randy's at. Got to get some help to get him out. He's got to tear his studio up back here.
Oh, my God. All hell's breaking loose.
Oh, no.
I don't blame him. While there never was any evidence, nobody was ever able to prove anything, but Bubba's kidnapping.
There's Bubba.
Oh, they got the...
It's a dressing room he's trying to get into. That's undoubtedly Bruno has locked himself in there.
Randy Hales and Guy Coffey talking
There
to
was
him
that
back
little
there,
guy
and
from
Bubba has,
Morton Downey Jr. the other day. Tony Schiavone
going
lookalike.
back there to try to get downtown Bruno while in the ring. Pat Tanaka, Billy Travis, and here comes Bubba back. They reminded him that he had a match that was underway, and he ran off and left his partners right in the middle of it because of his obsession of getting downtown Bruno. Among other, there's the dressing room again where downtown Bruno had.
Yeah, all right, here's Bruno coming out of the dressing
he's
room.
sneaking out, yeah. Bubba better not see him. If he sees a monitor, and there goes downtown Bruno.
Oh, man.
He waited and snuck out of the room while
That's
Bubba
awesome.
was back at the ring, David.
Bubba did not see the monitor there, so he didn't see him coming out of there. Meanwhile, this match is a wild one. 8-man tag action, and time is running down.
Oh,
very
yeah,
close
we're about
here.
out of of time, Dave. We are just flat right down to the wire on it. We have got to take a break right here, so we're going to have to ring the bell. Boy, I hate it. Paul Diamond. No, Billy, it's not going to count. We're going to have to take a break right here as we're into it. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
No recap, I guess, on that one.
Here, we got our security right by, so we're going to put it away.
Watch one
Go
more.
ahead.
All right, also today, we have a couple of standby matches, but in addition to that 16-man battle royal, we have a Southern heavyweight title match. Don Bass is going to be in here.
Oh, no.
The singing cowboy, and he is challenging the king, Jerry Lawler. Southern title on the line right here today.
On the line, boy, I'll tell you what, there's a couple. The Battle Royal and the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Is that some television or is that some television?
I think you're right. It should be a good one with that 16-man battle royal. I'm really interested in that. When you start with a ring full, you got a lot of interest going. By the way people are eliminated is either thrown over the top rope or pinned. Either of those will eliminate a wrestler.
Don't you think when they know that there's $3,200 waiting for the winner of that one, there's going to be some scuffling going on?
Yes,
we got some standby matches. Depending on how our time goes in there, we will, in fact, have enough to complete our entire program. We're going to take time out so we can get started on the big Battle Royal in just a moment.
A battle royal too. Like, I don't think we've seen very many of those in Memphis to this point.
We were counting noses right there. They got $100 invested in this and can win $3,200. So they all showed up.
They are all here. Total weight in the ring right now is right around 3,600 to 3,700 pounds.
36 to 3,700 pounds.
16 of them, all going for $3,200 in cash.
$3,200 to the winner.
We'll try to fill you in on some of the people who are involved, or on all the people who are involved in it, as referee Jerry Calhoun gets set to ask for the bell to be sounded.
Oh man, this is so exciting.
Here we go. We've got Jeff Jarrett, Rocky Johnson, Mark Starr. We've got Stretcher Jack Hart, the Thunderbird, Phil Hickerson, Ed Maddox, Kojo Yamamoto, Moondog Spot. Pat Tanaka is in here.
36 to 3,700 pounds.
All battling each other. Over the top rope or a pin will eliminate an opponent. They start with 16 and they'll battle until there's only one left. And that one man gets $3,200 in cash.
Man.
Ed Maddox.
That's about 28,000 in modern money.
Worked on by Billy Travis. Moondog Spot has just grabbed him. Rocky Johnson has Keith Eric in the air. Keith Eric is eliminated.
That was the black Billy Jack
Thrown out
Haynes.
by Rocky Johnson. So now we're down to 15.
Travis just nailed Moondog with a shot in the corner.
Jeff Jarrett working on Paul Diamond across the way.
Was it Alan West and Tojo and the Thunderbird have back here in the corner? 2-on-1.
Got a double team back here.
Who was that guy?
Ed Maddox is out. So we're down to 14. There goes John Paul out of the ring.
Mark Starr almost had Pat Tanaka gone, but Paul Diamond saved him from behind. There goes the Thunderbird.
Thunderbird out. Alan West.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Out of that corner, out of the problem he was in with Tojo and the Thunderbird. Rocky's got Pat Tanaka up in the air. You see him right in the middle of the screen. Look out, Diamond and Moondog Spot. Stop that before Tanaka was eliminated.
We've seen nothing but over the top rope, Dave, but a reminder, it can be by a pin. Dundee has got a hold of Billy Travis in the corner. Hey, only one man can win the $3,200, so they're going after each other as the opportunity presents itself. Moondog spot working on Jeff Jarrett, and that's a natural outgrowth of the troubles they've had. Now it's Paul Diamond, and Jeff fighting his way back. Mark Starr just got glommed by Phil Hickerson. Wham!
Billy Travis just got hit in the throat by Bill Dundee. As you pointed out, it's everybody against everybody else here.
Rocky Johnson.
Alliances don't mean much. There's only one winner to this thing.
And you know, the thing about Battle Royals, Dave, you and I have seen enough of them to where some surprising things happen in there, and surprising winners, guys that you would say, well, they're a favorite to win it. You have some major upsets in Battle Royals. Who was that?
That was Mark Starr, just eliminated by Tanaka.
The Shane Douglas
Mark
lookalike is out.
Starr gone by the board as Pat Tanaka, with a little help from Jack Hart, got him out.
There's a cover by Phil Hickerson on Jeff Jarrett. He only got a 1 count, though. Jarrett is still alive.
Well, you can pin him.
Look at it.
Oh, no. Jack Hart just thrown over the rope.
Diamond is about to go out. Billy Travis and Bill
Tojo's
Dundee
in there.
trying to get the big Canadian kid out. Yamamoto over the top rope. And Bruno just got tagged by Billy Travis.
Oh, Jarrett put out the Moondog.
He was dumped out of there. Jeff Jarrett pulled out behind him. He's out.
Oh, Jarrett's
Right
out.
down there on the floor. Jarrett and the Moondog. While in the ring, Rocky Johnson goes for a pin on Yamamoto. Moondog slamming Jeff into the desk.
Do you think they did it so you could pin people so that Tojo wouldn't get thrown, didn't have to take the bump over the top?
Over here, we'll grab the money and look out. Down on the floor. Travis up in the ring is dumped over by Paul Diamond, and Billy Travis was talking to Billy before, and he was really figuring he might have a good chance. Phil Hickerson and Rocky Johnson both fail over the top rope.
Someone's got to be in the Lawler chair.
Bill was putting him, and Rocky held on and took Bill right with him.
Shit.
There goes Alan West.
Alan West.
Down to 3, Dave.
Paul Diamond, Bill Dundee, and Pat Tanaka.
What's up, Two Watch Number?
Diamond and Tanaka, tag team partners.
Oh, my gosh.
They almost got a 2-against-1 situation here.
Well, yeah, he does have a 2-against-1 situation. Dundee scoots in between them. And Bruno is already counting the chips as he's got 2 of his men, the prime time, Tanaka and Diamond. And look at that Dundee go. Tanaka wheels him in the side, catches him with a right, and another one.
Horses sail in purple pants.
Tanaka popped him with that side kick. Dundee down.
They're going to cover. Counts 1, 2. Oh, Tanaka picked him up at the 2 count.
Always a good
Had
strategy.
him or not, but that was stupid. Stupid.
That was stupid.
But here's what I heard of, huh? I don't know. They didn't talk to me after a while. I don't understand what they do. But as long as they get busy that way, that's fine. Some of them don't be that
He
way.
did it again. $3,200. And you know Bruno's going to get his piece of it if one of his boys wins it. There's a cover by Diamond. Ooh.
Oh, my God.
And he picked him up. Look at Bruno. He's having a fit. Bruno is telling him, pin him, pin him. He's having a fit on the floor for $3,200.
What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Vito! Vito, I never put my whole life just to buy almost.
Pat Tanaka, Paul Diamond, they've got Dundee in trouble. And Billy is covered again, 2, and he kicks out this time.
$3,200
referee, will you count? Do you forget what 3 was?
Well, Diamond and Tanaka obviously feel there's no way they could lose this one. They picked Billy up from a 2 from top. Well, it looked like a 3 count anyway. 3 times. Hey, guys. Tanaka.
Uh-oh.
Dundee jackknife.
Oh, come on.
They have just blown $3,200.
El Dandy gets the win.
Gets it, 3,200.
How much time did that fill?
Dundee
About
in
10
an
minutes.
impossible situation. And now Diamond and Tanaka are right back on, Billy, but he is the official winner. He's got the, Diamond
Bruno's got
grabs
the
it.
money.
Come on, Bruno, bring the money back.
They took his money.
Diamond takes the money away from Dundee and pitches it out to Bruno. While Diamond and Tanaka. Here comes Big Rocky. Hey, come on, Bruno. That money doesn't belong to you guys. You stole the money. That belongs to Dundee. Yeah, don't be
What a
that
surprise.
way
Former
sometimes.
drug addict Paul Diamond is stealing money from people again.
Dundee's going to go get his own money, and he's got Rocky right after him. Bill Dundee is going to go down as the official winner of it, even though for the moment they ran off with the money in that, Dave. So he ended up with a great move to end up. He got rid of Diamond where he could roll Pat up into the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I saw that. He's been getting a lot of good clips up.
And then Diamond rushing at him. He peels right
Used
over
his own
the top.
momentum.
Yep,
Yeah.
takes him
It
right
was
I
over.
saw that
great move
ATF
by
media
Dundee,
that
and
she
just,
died.
well, not very bright of Diamond and Tanaka not to go ahead and try to pin him when they had the chance. 7:36 the time. The superstar wins it.
Boy, oh boy. We got more action. A Southern heavyweight title match coming up in just a moment. Evansville, Wednesday night Coliseum. Brother, I love it because of the action that takes place. And this week is certainly no exception in there.
Who's that guy?
Downtown Bruno will have a busy night come Wednesday.
Okay, first of all, finally I get to get that big baboon Bubba, that thorn in my side. I get to get rid of him because the earthquake's going to smash him into the dirt in Evansville, Indiana, in front of all them stinking ugly people who I hate so much. Then prime time, baby, is going to defend them titles against Bill Dundee and Rocky Johnson. These two guys are legends, see, but I like to think of myself as an iconoclast. And for goofball rednecks, it means a legend destroyer. They're going down 1, 2, 3. We're going to keep the gold. And then Moondog is Jeff Jarrett, right? But I heard he got Big Bubba as his manager, right?
Oh, yeah, Big
Well,
Bubba
let me tell you something. I want to see Big Bubba's manager's license. I get a license. I am a manager. He's just a big goof. He don't belong out there. I'm going to see to it. And if he is out there, I got something on my sleeve that he's not going to affect the outcome of that match. And I'm sure that's what Jeff wants, see? Because he knows he can't beat Moondog on his own. Because just like 42 Kane Boulevard, a punk with bleached blonde hair like Jeff cannot win. Ha!
Well, that's downtown Bruno's big story about it.
Who's
Going to be an
Earthquake?
interesting night in particular because of the main
Oh,
event.
shit.
No
Brickhouse.
tag elimination, no six-man tag or four-man. I'm talking one-on-one, you and Jerry Lawler facing each other in the ring.
Let me tell you something, King Redneck. I am everything that
King
your mom ever
Redneck.
told you about people like me. I used to wake up in the project and wonder what sucker I was going to slap upside the head to get my lunch money. And let me tell you something, it looks like I'm going to slap you upside the head in Evansville. I'm going to be on you like white on rice and everything that ain't nice. Like a collar on a dog, like ham on a fat country hog.
You heard from Brickhouse Brown. I can tell you on the other side of the fence, we'll try to talk to Jerry a little bit later.
You know what? I really should. If they are they really still having wrestling there in Evansville? Hooligan Championship Wrestling will return to the Evansville National Guard Armory on May 10th with the biggest all-women's pro wrestling event in Indiana history. Well, that's it. I should go. I need to attend that event.
On. That is going to be a confrontation. Personal dislike all over the place. Wednesday night, Evansville.
I could get to it.
Okay, we're coming up.
It would be a lot of, I'd have to do quite a bit of like prep work on it. I mean, it's not impossible. It's not probable, but it's not impossible.
With an AWA Southern Heavyweight title match is Don Bass.
Oh, I'm sure proud of this, Lance, baby.
Oh, no,
When I
Don
found out I get the
Bass.
championship match, I got in that gym and I pushed them weights. I trained, I ran, and I'm ready to take it today. Boy, I'm so happy to be here.
I wondered where you've been. I haven't seen you but about once in the last 8 months. You've been out of action for a while.
Well, Lance, you know,
I got other things I do in life, too. Have you heard about my recording contracts, singing?
No.
I'm one of the best singers around. As you know, I'm one of the best wrestlers around. I'm one of the greatest singers of all time, too. And I write songs, too, baby. Shut your mouth.
You're a singer.
That's right, baby. I'm a
Oh,
singer.
he's a singer,
one of the
too.
best singers in the business today.
Well,
Cut right here. I read this match right now, baby. Where's he at?
I knew about, we're going to get to the Southern Heavyweight. I knew about your wrestling career, Don, and have known you for a long time. I have never heard of Don Bass being a singer. You can sing.
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what, we've got just a minute
meet and
before
greet.
the match. Would you rip off a song for us, please?
What are you trying to say, Lance Russell, that I'm lying or something I can't sing? Before a match like this right down here, so important to me in a championship match, huh? Are you trying to lie?
I know you can wrestle, but the singing
Hey,
career,
listen,
forget
where's Lawler at? I want him in the ring right now, buddy. I done whooped him so many times, more times his mother ever whooped him in his life. I'm going to whoop him today again, and I'm going to take that belt away from him.
Well, the Southern Heavyweight title
Well, I
is
thought he
at
was going to
stake.
sing.
I
Oh,
don't know
wow.
why,
Lawler
Dave.
against Don Bass.
I don't picture
In
Cowboy
1972,
Don
this
Bass.
would have been a real card topper.
I think you're right. Notice he wasn't at all anxious to favor for the feud. Here's
Oh,
the king.
wow. Fancy.
Southern Heavyweight title in hand. And it's on the line in this match today. This one's going to be a one-fall special 30-minute time limit match for television. Introducing at 301 pounds from Greasy Corner, Arkansas, the challenger, Cowboy Don Bass. And going against
Greasy Corner?
the current holder of the Southern Heavyweight Championship from Memphis, Tennessee, 234 pounds, the King, Jerry Lawler. One fall, 30-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee for this championship match.
Lawler has not had this belt too long.
We haven't
Hard
seen
time
Don
getting it
Bass
back
in
from
forever.
Austin Idol. So I got a feeling the King is ready for the challenge by the veteran tough guy, Don Bass.
Oh, the answer's a right fist with a right fist. I think you're right. Lawler probably cherishes that belt more than just about anything in the wrestling business in all of his career. Southern Heavyweight
I didn't
title
see it.
has been considered.
I heard about it, and then I heard Grace saying she thought that for sure Kino Casino would cover it.
His belt. Lawler down on the mat right now.
Yeah, I think, at least from our angle, the referee can see it, but Don Bass grabbed his hair, jerking off his feet.
Yeah, the referee suspected that. He was asking him about it, but as you say, he did not see it with his own eyes. Therefore, Bass got away with it that time. Now, pulling on the
You
tie.
digging the War Chief art?
Bass said, now what are you going to do? Accuse me of pulling hair again? I didn't pull his hair. No, he didn't. He pulled the tights. That's also illegal.
Bass has quite a career. He's been involved in a lot of titles, a lot of them in tag action. His partner, Dirty Rose, they made quite an awesome
Hey, Dirty
tag
Rose
together.
Well, they sure did. A couple of big guys. Don weighs in at 301, and his partner weighed about the same when they were together. They were
So that's a total combined weight of 602 pounds.
A lot of the wrestling fans that don't like Don Bass, Dave, they make fun and call him a little fat man and that sort of thing. Let me tell you, he is stout as an ox. And one thing about having that weight the way he does, his center of gravity is low, and he is a tough son of a gun to get off his feet and to keep off his feet.
referee checking with him. Suspicion of a foreign object in there.
Our knowledge of Don's long career, we wouldn't have the slightest doubt about that, would we?
No, that's burden of proof would be on him there, right?
That's true.
Oh, back in the corner. Lawler whips him across the way.
You think War Chief's gonna get is gonna be finally the one to remove Ben from the throne?
Bad move, but Lawler caught himself. Yeah, the King just outsmarted Bass there, no doubt about it. Bass thought he had him coming in the corner after him fast, moved out of the way. Lawler kind of suspected he might do that.
I need to do a catch-up stream sometime and just watch some of the
maybe he has brought something in, or maybe he's just trying to throw Lawler off.
That could be. It could be a psychological move.
We'll put Joe over.
This is a touchy point with the King, but I think his hair is looking good. That always is a reminder that he lost his hair in that match with Idol that Rich participated in. I think it's coming out and looking real good. Now that we finished with the fashion commentary, let's get back to the wrestling. Wow, the King.
Now this is what you call a Southern match.
In the middle of the ring. Oh, yeah. Tap it with a right hand. King's head slammed into the top turnbuckle.
Oh, nice sour diesel.
Southern heavyweight belt on the line. If you joined us late, we're 3 minutes 45 seconds into it, a 30-minute time limit match. Lawler defending against Cowboy Don Bass. Cover by Bass. He got him a count of 2.
Boy, when you talk about a big knee, that's a big knee that Bass has.
Again, the 2 count. Lawler's got to be careful because with the weight that Don Bass has, if he can stun Lawler long enough, just for an instant, with all that weight, he's got a shot at holding him down, but Lawler with a strap down, and here he comes.
Oh, finally the comeback. Oh, what happened there?
Shoved into the referee by Don Bass. Jerry Calhoun is down. Jerry Lawler back up on his feet. He's got Don Bass in the corner.
Referee still down.
Uh-oh.
Ought to be. Well, the referee's not up.
Referee's down. You got to have a disqualification here.
Man.
Brickhouse with a clothesline, and then Brickhouse out of the ring. There's a cover by Don Bass. There's a count of 2 and 3.
Oh my God. See, you guys. You guys convinced me to let my guard down. I could feel a Lawler loss coming on, and you guys were like, no, it's going to be okay, and here we are. Oh, my God.
Jumping in and nailing Lawler. Bass takes advantage, gets the cover, and the count of 3.
Oh, yeah.
Brickhouse picks up the belt.
A new Southern heavyweight title holder, and boy, did Lawler get robbed in that one. Referee Jerry Calhoun is still got cobwebs, and Lawler's telling him.
I can't believe it. I'm in shock.
Hey. He jumped in the ring and nailed Lawler.
Oh, my God.
And there's no 2 ways about it.
I should have waited till next week to watch this one.
Confronting
There goes my
Brickhouse
weekend.
down, a crowd saying yes, he definitely did. He jumped in the ring. Yes, sir, he jumped in the ring. Good noise.
Phil Seabass did kick his ass.
Away and gave it back to Lawler. Disqualification, all right.
Oh, come on.
Lawler goes after Brickhouse with a bell. Bass grabs him. Now it's a 2-on-1 situation.
There's Dundee. That'll even it up. And there goes Brickhouse Brown and Don Bass. Lawler double team there. Dundee now has picked up the belt, and Jerry.
He got bailed out there by the
Jerry still
referees.
has the Southern heavyweight title after the reversal by the referee, the disqualification of Don Bass.
Well, I tell you, Dave, I was getting double-awed hot because Lawler having his belt stolen from him, no excuse in Brickhouse being in there. Dundee earlier had $3,200 lifted off of him.
Why does Cormax don't care who kisses Grace? He always says Grace is like horrible and
Jerry
like
Calhoun saying,
unattractive.
hold it, please.
He should be relieved she's being taken out of the
Station
dating
down there
pool.
going after Brickhouse. Not that he doesn't deserve it. So, still the Southern heavyweight title holder, the King, Jerry Lawler. Timeout. We've got
got some standby matches. We'll check it over, and we'll be back in a moment. Because, by golly, it's coming your way. I'm talking...
I wouldn't mind watching that, but a lot of them, I think, are on, like, the official channel. If we could find, like, ones that were recorded off TV or something, that might work. I'm sure they're on here somewhere.
About championship wrestling on Thursday, July the 9th, Paoli, Indiana. Paoli High School will be the scene of the action, and then on further down the line in July, on Thursday, July the 23rd, Owensboro, Kentucky, right there at the Sports Center. More on those, of course, a little bit later on. Now, let's take a look at the entire card coming up from Evansville. I told you enthusiastically, and I mean action just brimming out all over in Evansville with a Southern Tag title when the Clones, that's Paul Dangerly's new tag team, will be challenging Billy Travis and Mark Starr for the Southern Tag belt. Battle of the Giants. Earthquake Ferris going to have to back up what he said about Big Bubba. Mid-America title, Jeff Jarrett and the Moondog, but Big Bubba's going to be in the corner of Jeff Jarrett. Bruno, of course, in the Moondog's corner. International tag, Dundee and Johnson challenging Tanaka and Diamond, and then Jerry Lawler and Brickhouse Brown. Oh, hit! Young man who has made amazing strides, the AWA Rookie of the Year, Jeff Jarrett. Jeff, my boy, always good to have you.
Somebody was saying earlier they thought that her donos will go down if she keeps this up.
Out here. Well, it's a learning process, isn't it? You've been in just over a year, and son of a gun, it looks like you learn something different every day.
You sure do. You learn something every day, and you know this feud's been going on a long time, Lance. We've had all kind of matches, and finally, you know, this feud started over the Mid-America belt. He came in with
you won it from Moondog's spot, right?
He brought the title in the area, and I won it from him the first weekend he was here. But now I got another shot at it, and as you know, what's the stipulation? I got Big Bubba in my corner. You know, I've had a lot of matches with Moondog, but it always seems Bruno's sticking his little nose in somehow. Maybe that's his job. I give him credit. If that's his job, he does a darn good job of it.
He does.
That's right. But this week, I got a little equalizer for him. Big Bubba's in my corner, and he told me, Jeff, he said, don't worry. He said, I'm not going to interfere in your match. I might not even look in the ring, but I guarantee you I'm going to keep my eyes on Bruno. I'm going to keep my eyes on Diamond, Tanaka, anybody who tries to run in. So this week we're going to find out, Moondog, just how tough you are when the odds are even.
Well, that's one thing I was talking about, the learning experience, Jeff. You're smart enough to have learned, and now you got Bubba sitting in the corner in there for this particular match.
That's right. We're going to find out just
I'll be interested next week when it comes off. Okay, buddy. Jeff Jarrett heading to the ring.
Well, she was kissing a guy on stream in front of Lawler. And people are interpreting that might mean that, like, this guy is going to move in real life.
A one-fall match coming up here. 10 minutes to be the overall time limit on it. Introducing out of Memphis, Tennessee, at 232 pounds. Over on the left of your screen, Keith Robertson going against him. 190 pounds. Nashville, Tennessee. Jeff Jarrett. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Gary Calhoun, the referee.
Oh, not Roberson again.
Okay, no.
You know who we need is the Boogie
Robertson.
Jimmy Bond.
Big youngster. And Jarrett right away uses his own weight against him and does it again. Took that momentum and put him right over on the deck.
That's right. Inertia. You got a body in motion and one that weighs 232 pounds. And
dude, if Grace did get it would be very interesting to see what happens if Grace did get a boyfriend at this stage. It'd be really interesting. I mean, it would definitely freshen the material up.
If you can get it off balance, you can use that 232 pounds against Keith Robertson in this case, and that's exactly what Jeff did very well twice.
He had his feet set very nice. Whoa! Sunset flip right over the top of him. Takes him up one. But he doesn't get the one.
Well, this Robertson has become quite a rugged wrestler over the months. Well, he put on some weight, too.
You know, I was going to say, David, a lot of guys say, oh, I weigh 140 pounds and all. And you look at, okay, if I think he weighs more than 232. I believe he's bigger than that.
He comes off the ropes, and Jeff Jarrett was not there. He had moved.
It would be probably good for business, for at least short term, for views at least. But I mean, you're risking pissing off the penny
There's the cover. Two. He got it. Boy, he put him away real quickly there after he got the advantage on him. 1:31 seconds the total time.
I think it would get a lot of
Jarrett
coverage, though.
gets the victory. Take a look at the drop kick. What a pretty sight it is. Robertson into the ropes, off of it. Jeff sets, fires, and just a perfect one. A textbook example right there.
You think this is gonna be the start of another Pig rebellion?
You called it such a beautiful thing.
Led by Paulie.
Nailed him right on the point. He knew what he was going for.
And Romano Productions.
We ain't been there for a while, but we're going back to 42K Boulevard today, right here on TV. Let me tell you something. Mid-America Heavyweight Champion, Moondog Spot, too sweet to be sour, the man of the hour, Tower of Power, baby. We're talking about the power. We're talking about the Atomic Dog, baby. Let me tell you something. We've had Jeff Jarrett in every conceivable type of match, and we beat him. He wants this title, but he can't have it. He can't have this title. This is ours as long as me and the Moondog. Jeff Jarrett, let me tell you something. I don't care what you do. You can't beat this man, and you can't fight your way out 42K Boulevard. I got a point to make. I'm going to make it quick. Well, let me tell you something right now, Lance Ruckoff.
Yeah?
It's real easy to jump on the
I don't got a lot of
downtown
time. Let me
train
tell you
seat.
something
With that
right now,
downtown
Lance
road
Russell.
delay and jump off to the end of the line. Moondog cannot be beat by that skinny goof Jeff Jarrett. And if he brings that big fat goofball,
He will bring him for the next match.
Yeah, getting a boyfriend isn't some kind of finish line. Ben will still be around. Ben's influence will still be around. It's not like that's the end of, Thorpe TV or Thorpe 2.
It's like Mama said. Oh, yeah. It beans that way. Sometime.
Okay, well, let's guys get up in the ring.
Where's our opponent? Where's that?
He will be in here. You go up there and let us know.
We ain't getting there till that punk comes out here. Who's it going to be? Do we get Lawler? Do we get Jarrett? Who do we get this week, huh?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, we thought we got somebody with talent. We thought we had to get Jarrett or Lawler or one of these guys. Dundee. Oh, we got somebody with talent.
Bruno, get up to the ring. God night.
Moondog versus Jim. Oh, poor Jim
Up in the ring right now, Jim Jameson out of Memphis, Tennessee, 216 pounds, and Moondog Spot out of parts unknown, but downtown Bruno in his corner.
Brooks Brothers, Woolworths, whatever. Oh, yeah. It's like Mama said. It beats that way sometimes.
There's that line again.
Boulevard for a while. We ain't mentioned it. But we're going to mention it today, baby. 42K Boulevard, downtown Pittsburgh. That's where we're coming from. That's the way we're coming on. We're getting bad, baby. We're getting funky, baby. Look at this Jameson. Look at him. We're showing him what we do. We're showing him what the Moondog be doing on 42K Boulevard. Bring that microphone over here when I'm talking, Lance Russell. The people don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear
You don't think so?
I'm always talking because
I kind of doubt it.
1, 2, 3.
Long
It's
term.
like Mama said, bring it. It's like Mama said. It means that way sometimes, yeah.
Well, that's downtown Bruno. Non-stop nonsense is what it is.
Good grief. A little over a minute, about 1:08 the time on it, as the Moondog Spot takes a measure of Jim Jameson all the time. Bruno over here running his mouth. Moondog Spot gets the victory. It was a non-title match, but you can see him waving that Mid-America belt around.
We'll be taking a look at another one of downtown Bruno's products in just a moment. We've got Earthquake Ferris, and he'll be in the ring right after we take.
Here we go. We get to see Earthquake. I don't know Kevin's story, but he is a weird vibe. Sometimes you tune in and he's just like looking into the camera like almost moving. It's kind of weird.
42K Boulevard,
What is new, Bruno?
What else is new? Let me tell you something. Oh, yeah, Big Bubba, he had all kind of big plans. He wanted to have all kind of different tag matches, six-man matches, elimination matches. He wanted to get his hands on downtown Bruno. And he even had him right into the contract or something like that there. Now, once one of the guys got eliminated from the tag match,
They were not allowed to come back to the ringside area. They weren't allowed to come and help me.
That's right.
He had it in his little demented little mind, big body, little pea brain, you know what I mean? He thought maybe he could get a hold of me and he could hurt me. He could make me suffer.
Well, I don't know what Paul is. Is Paulie still even supporting them now? I could see him kind of getting mad about it for a little while, but I don't actually know any of the other. I don't even know any of the other people that are the big donators right now.
Let me tell you something. Bruno's paying me a lot of money to beat up a lot of people. But I ain't gonna do it for money, Bruno. I do it for the love of putting people in the hospital. Hey, I got 29-inch guns, 29-inch bazookas, and they could hurt anybody at any time. I'm a lean, mean fighting machine. And that's the way it is. A lean, mean fighting machine.
Hey. He didn't count. Big Bubba didn't count on the ace in the hole. He didn't realize. He didn't realize something. He didn't count on the ace in the hole. He didn't count on the earthquake. He didn't count. This guy didn't count on earthquake. Earthquake, take care of this.
Earthquake Ferris. We will introduce him.
The man.
First look here.
Earthquake Ferris. Go ahead and take care of this guy. I'll keep Lance around.
I wonder what happened to this
Bruni, you
guy.
better go over there in the chair and take care of the match.
I ain't going to no chair. The only chair I'm going is your chair. You know, let me tell you something. Ring that bell so I can talk.
Would you mind if we got a referee in there?
Hey, here he comes. Look at this skinny goat now. Ring the bell. Tell him to ring it. Just ring it. Just ring it.
He may very well still be groggy from that shot that he took when Don Bass threw Jerry Calhoun, or rather threw Jerry Lawler into Jerry Calhoun. Now, bell time, we're off and running, Dave.
Let me tell you something about 42K Boulevard. Let me tell you something about what Mama says. Sure, Mama says it be's that way sometimes. But I want everybody to listen to one thing. Lately, I've been getting a lot of garbage from a lot of people. I've been getting a lot of stuff. I'm shooting this straight for the heart, if you know what I mean, Lance Russell. I am the best that you've ever seen. I am the best talker that you've ever heard. I am the best manager that's ever walked through the side. I'm the best manager that's ever been through here. I'm the one that's the women's pet and the men's regret. What you see is what you get, and what you don't. That's better yet, baby. I am what it's all about. I am the man. I got the plan. I'm the one. I'm the one that gets that reaction. I'm the one that makes everybody in all the auditoriums in the arena stand up, holler, scream, whatever. I get the reaction because I got the charisma. I got what it takes to bring the house down. It's like Mama said, it be's that way sometimes. And if you don't think I got it, if you don't think I'm the man that got it all, if you don't think I'm the man for you in them multi-million-dollar numbers well then give me a break. It's goofy. I'm the one, and don't ever forget it.
1, 2, 3.
I don't care for Earthquake Ferris.
Total submission. Wow. Big Bubba comes ripping into the ring. John Paul out, Big Bubba is out there with Earthquake Ferris.
Is that who
After
kidnapped
Ferris
him?
destroyed Ed Maddox. Now they're trying to get them back apart. We have the ring filling up.
Boy, that may not be easy to keep them apart. They weigh about 800 pounds between them there. Look at that.
Yeah, they're trying to pull them apart. Big Bubba and Earthquake Ferris. Ferris throwing guys right and left. Piles right back into Big Bubba. That Ferris just dumped Keith Robertson out of there like he was nothing. And look at Bubba. He's back at him. How's this? Couple of years old.
What's the deal here, huh? What's the deal here? This shouldn't happen to me, not when I'm out here.
Some more guys come out. Travis and Jarrett trying to keep Big Bubba back away, and Earthquake Ferris going around the corner. He picks up a chair. He had it for a second. And look at Bubba. He's going through the ropes after him. Big Bubba.
They were just trying to slow him down long enough so that they could...
Randy, did you notice that It's Me has changed the profile picture until EFD coughs up the money?
Get Earthquake Ferris back to the dressing area, and that's what they finally did.
You're talking about a couple of real bulls, man. Those are big bulls. And here comes Bubba over here. I believe he found somebody he really does not like in this Earthquake Ferris.
I just give him a little taste of what he gave me in the ring the other night. Me and that fat ox, both of us are together.
Fat ox?
Coming week. Well, let me tell you something, Buffalo Butt. When I get your
Buffalo Butt.
I'm going to show you what real pain's all about. I'm going to show you some legitimate 25-inch guns. And I'm going to lay them in across your fat skull.
Right off the bat, I could start with a list of about 200,000 that I would rather have mad at me than I would have Big Bubba.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy. Earthquake Ferris, I don't know that much about him, but I do know one thing. He's bitten off a huge chunk. We'll find out whether he can chew it or not when that match comes up with Big Bubba and Earthquake Ferris. Boom!
Yeah.
You know, you always see that classic picture of bulls and things in Africa when they're fighting and and all, and they ram into each other head on the mountain.
And the ground shakes.
Yeah, the earth shakes.
That may happen.
Oh boy. Big Bubba and Earthquake Ferris, they are coming. Look out, world. We'll be looking for that one. We're going to take time out.
Wow.
We've got another standby match coming up. We'll get to it in just a moment.
What a promo from Lance Russell.
Wednesday, Evansville Coliseum, son of a gun. I love it. I'm telling you what, the action is going to be some. Earthquake Ferris against Big Bubba. You've got a Mid-America title match and an international tag title match with Diamond and Tanaka defending against Bill Dundee and Rocky Johnson.
You got it, brother. Well, you hurt the superstar with does the most. Well, you hurt anybody the most. You take the pocketbook. Well, I'm getting my pocketbook back, Dad. You're right. You stole it, and I won the battle royal. Well, we're going to beat you right in the middle of the ring, and that ain't stealing, brother, and that ain't bragging. The soul man, the superstar's taking your belt.
That's right, Lance. You see, we're going back here because me and Bill Dundee's been all over the world together, brother, and we are like brothers. We traveled all up and down these highways, and we done it all. So once you hurt the superstar, you hurt in the soul man. And if you hurt the soul man, then you're going to hurt the superstar. So let me tell you something. Now we're on a revenge, and we on payback. I'll tell you one thing, brother. Take it to the bank. Show up. Me and the superstar will be there.
Jerry Lawler goes against Brickhouse Brown. Let's take a listen to see what the King has to say.
Show up.
You know, this is a match that I've been waiting for a couple of weeks. Every wrestling fan that saw the title match that I had with Austin Idol knows what Brickhouse Brown has done. And everybody that saw the television here today saw the title match that I had with Don Bass knows what Brickhouse Brown has done. And most importantly, Brickhouse Brown, you know. And you know why you got a tail whipping coming. And you know why it's going to happen this week when I get you one-on-one. This week, you don't have a referee shirt to hide behind. You can't stand there and threaten to suspend me or have me fined if I...
Try that approach, Paro. Tell them that they've got a cheek clapping coming.
Bust your mouth wide open. You can't do that this week. You can't hide behind any partner or any referee shirt. It's just you and I. And let me tell you something. If you think you had it tough growing up in the projects, that ain't nothing compared to what it's going to be like when you step in the ring with the king. And you can call me the king of the rednecks if you want to. But I'm proud to be the king of all of these wrestling fans. And I'm going to make them proud of me when I get you inside that ring this week. Because I'm going to give you the beating of your life.
Woo. Be there.
In the ring right now. We got Keith Eric and the Thunderbird. Bill Dundee is here at ringside. Rocky Johnson is here. We're just about set. They got this expiration of time match underway. All right. Referee says let's get it going here. So looks like it's going to be Bill Dundee starting against Keith Eric. He's got an expiration of time match. Keith Eric running to the turnbuckle.
What if instead of let me tell you something or whatever, you say now hear this?
Over in the corner of Dundee and Rocky Johnson. Dundee makes the tag. Oh man, Rocky Johnson coming in. Eric, that and kicks him back. Look at Rock go. And weighs 275 pounds. And
Look at Rocky Johnson. What a character.
Keith Eric hanging back close to the corner, and his partner, the Thunderbird. Thunderbird has not been into the matches yet. Rocky over to his corner. The superstar, little Australian, Bill Dundee. Shoulders were down. Keith Eric was upset. Why are you counting? I heard him ask the referee, and the referee said because your shoulders were down.
Person in the back row.
Both shoulders are on the mat. That's the way the rules are. Dundee rams him over into the turnbuckle while Keith Eric is there. He takes the opportunity to tag his partner, the Thunderbird. A very large Thunderbird. He'll weigh in about 275. There's a tag by Dundee. Bowman, Rocky Johnson.
What's wrong with that? Why did he get admonished by the referee? Was it open hand?
Rocky. Boxing footwork there.
Was your birthday really yesterday? Your birthday's the same day as Bethadon's 1 year free from that.
Rocky weaves into the middle of the ring after Thunderbird up off his feet. Rocky body slams him almost 300 pounds.
Time running out, Dave. It looks like we got maybe a minute and a half on our expiration of time.
Dundee in for a word. Keith Eric interfering. Dundee comes after him. All up in there. Rocky's got a sleeper, looks like. Dundee's got a sleeper.
Double sleeper.
On both of them. Thunderbird and Keith Eric. The referee is going to check them there.
Well, come on. They're going to die. Ring the bell.
Looks like Keith Eric is out. That's it. Referee says ring the bell.
Bill Dundee did the right thing.
12 seconds of time, and this one is over with a double
just going to let it go on forever.
put on by Dundee and Rocky Johnson.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with some final check with you in just a moment.
Jeez, man. Rocky Johnson not messing around.
I don't think there was too much doubt when you saw the Soul Man and the Superstar together that they kind of had that thing well in hand, as a matter of fact.
They did indeed.
What an interesting day today, huh?
Yeah, we started this one with a 16-man battle royal. Not only 16-man battle royal, but $3,200 to the winner. With 16 men, each of them puts in $100. Now, there's a little investment right there to make it interesting for them, right? Well, then the promotion matches that total for another $1,600, $3,200 in cash, and then they just battle each other. They eliminating one at a time.
We had a strong field.
Boy, we sure did.
We had a very, very strong
beginning. Interesting things happen in that match. Like, for instance, the time when Rocky Johnson and Phil Hickerson were wrestling each other. They got over to the ropes. They ended up, one was trying to throw the other over, and they eliminated each other.
Rocky over, and Rocky just held on to. He said, "Man, if I'm going, you're gone."
And so both of them were eliminated at the same time.
Oh man, remember
Gets down to Pat Tanaka, Paul Diamond, and Bill Dundee, the Superstar. Now, Tanaka and Diamond, of course, everybody knows, tag team partners. So they teamed up against Dundee is what happened. Looked like they had him beat at almost half a dozen times. At least 4 or 5 times they could have gotten a pin.
This is me explaining what happened on my stream today to the worker at the dispensary.
But they pick him up. They wouldn't pin him. They wouldn't go for the 3 count.
Bruno is seeing the $3,200 and saying,
even Bruno's getting upset. Yeah, we were remarking how dumb it was, especially against somebody like the little Australian who battles to the last ounce of strength. And sure enough, he gets him. He got him. He got Tanaka going over.
I'll be like, yeah, anyway, Hurricane's very upset because Grace is Frenching people in front of Lawler now on stream. And
over the rope, Diamond then rushes him like, you're not going to do that to my friend. Well, Dundee sees him coming, and with his momentum, he takes him too. I beg your pardon, he had pinned Tanaka.
Yeah,
and
got him in a
took
cradle down there, and then he got up
Diamond over the rope.
Diamond, yeah.
Incredible finish there, but then Bruno with the money.
They took the money.
Yeah.
Book it. He will get the money back.
I think you're absolutely
right.
One
way or the other. Promotion's going to help him get the money back, but he, in fact, will get that money back. You know,
well, if you've ever watched my IRLs, I always try to fit in at least one conversation about some of the people that we watch.
Often thought about battle royals in there, David. So what I'd like to do sometime, if you had 10 cameras where you could shoot the little individual feuds that are going on.
Oh, that's true.
It is such a mass of action, you can't really, you miss the doggone much. That's the thing about a battle royal. That that isn't all we had today. We had a battle royal. We had a Southern heavyweight title.
We had the Southern title on the line. The King, Jerry Lawler, as you mentioned during the match, had some difficulty getting the title back, has not had the title back long. He's got it from Austin Idol. Put it on the line here today against Don Bass. Don claims to be the great singing cowboy. He would not sing for us today. We may be fortunate that he didn't sing for us today. I don't know. I haven't heard him sing. But anyway, he went in there. Don Bass weighs 301 pounds and is a tough veteran wrestler. He first got a victory over Lawler because of what happened here. Let's take a look, perhaps, at what was going on.
For those that may have missed it, now right here we're seeing Lawler up on top of Don Bass, and Jerry is pounding him. He's already pulled the strap down, as you can see. And here is Brickhouse Brown.
Well, he was helping him down off the ropes, and Lawler
back out in the middle of the ring.
And then he was
catches
trying to
him
help
with
him
a
up there, and his
powerhouse
foot went down, and
clothesline.
he kind of fell into him a little
And then there
bit.
is a cover by Don Bass,
And Don
you
Bass
notice
took advantage.
Brickhouse's
I mean, who
head
could blame him?
disappeared. He left the studio. The referee comes around, makes the count 1, 2, 3, and at that point we had a new Southern heavyweight title holder, Don Bass.
But then Lawler pointed out to the referee what happened. The crowd agreed with Lawler with what happened, and we agree with what happened. We saw everybody saw what happened. The referee reversed the decision. He disqualified Don Bass due to interference by Brickhouse Brown, and Lawler still has the belt. He was declared the victor by DQ.
Well, we have both seen some very strange things happen in wrestling matches, and some decisions that we weren't too happy with. In this case, I was delighted that the right prevailed in the situation,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
the
it was a
justice
pin.
of
The
the matter
referee
was a
counted.
because I think you mentioned right when it happened that there ought to be a disqualification right now, but Calhoun was down on the deck, and boy, he got nailed hard by Lawler when Bass threw him.
Bass had thrown Lawler into him, and that's what had happened there. Other matches, too. We did get a chance to take a look at some standby matches. Jeff Jarrett defeated Keith Robertson. It was the Moondog over Jim Jameson. Earthquake Ferris. First look at him on Championship Wrestling. He defeated Ad Maddox, but I think he made Big Bubba a little angry, and that could be interesting in weeks to come. Rocky Johnson and Bill Dundee got the win over Keith Eric and the Thunderbird, and that was Championship Wrestling today.
Yeah, it was, we haven't heard the end of that feud between Earthquake and Big Bubba in there. Hey, we got to go. See you next week. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, Jessica Biel, oh my God. In Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those jeans, that white top she's got on, holy shit, man. That's some intense material. All right, I'm going to go. Thanks for hanging out and watching wrestling. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to watch I think I've got a movie I want to watch tomorrow that looks pretty interesting. So that's my plan right now, but I'll schedule a stream for it. But thanks for hanging out. We got through 3 more episodes of Memphis Wrestling. Very exciting. Brickhouse Brown. Oh my God. I hate Earthquake Ferris already, though. That's kind of a downer. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.